like, Monty, can you be my baby daddy? I'm like, yeah, I got robins on my jeans. You see the wings on every pair. All you see is Remy boys. You know my niggas everywhere. And if somebody got a problem, we could meet up anywhere. Never say some, don't you niggas play dumb. You know where we came from. You don't want sauce, no A1. I'm like, yeah, she's fine. Wonder what she'll be like. Walk past like this, rewind. See that as well. Darling, I got this soda. Every boy they know us. All back when it don't slow us. No one can control us. I got she's fine. Wonder what she'll be like. Walk past like this, rewind. See that as well. Darling, I got this soda. Every boy they know us. All back when it don't slow us. No one can control us. I got
Mankind knew that they can never be bled. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they played the beasts. But they found beauty in the trimming of the beast, and couldn't lie to themselves about it.
I'm like, yeah, she's fine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walk past like this, rewind. See that as well. Darling, I got this soda. Every boy they know us. All back when it don't slow us. No one can control us. I got she's fine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walk past like this, rewind. See that as well. Darling, I got this soda. Every boy they know us. All back when it don't slow us. No one can control us. No one can control us. No one can control us. I
Chat! What up? Look, I actually timed everything right. There's no, like, random Valorant ad slip up. It's only a Valorant ad for me. Oh, my headset's on. That was the slip up. Dang it! Frick! I'll get it right one day. One day we'll get it right. One day we'll get a stream intro with zero problems and zero oopsie doopsies. But, hey guys, what's happening? How are we doing? Yay, Mondays! We're back on Monday! Yay! I hate Mondays, guys. Monday sucks. Who else had a terrible Monday? One in the chat if you had a terrible Monday. Let's go! Terrible Mondays in the chat. Whoops. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Alright. Bandai TC won't be bleached because Union got the license in. Naruto deck building game is promising. So here's the thing with that. Oh, actually, you know, interesting point. So it's not going to be bleached because Union Arena got the license. Okay? You know what other game Union Arena has? My Hero Academia. You know what other card game has My Hero Academia? Universes. Where what used to be known as the My Hero Academia CCG. So, IPs in, at least in Union Arena, as far as we can tell, are not locked to Union Arena. Now, granted, I still don't think it's gonna be a Bleach TCG because I don't think that IP is quite big enough in the cultural zeitgeist at the moment. But it is not impossible, especially due to Union Arena, because there are IPs in Union Arena that are in other card games. Another example is Nikke. Nikke, the mobile game, is also in Weiss Schwarz and Neville Arena. Nikke's in 2 other card games. So, luckily, IPs that are in Union Arena have the potential to be in other... Yu Yu Hakusho, I think, is in Union Arena. Maybe. But it's also in universes. So it could be... It technically could be Bleach, but I don't think it's going to be... I'm hoping for Naruto. I'm hoping it's the original Naruto game. Maybe a JoJo's TCG? Maybe. Give me JoJo's with the old Naruto rules. I'll take that. I'll honestly take that. Just give me the old Naruto game, dog. A lot of people say Naruto. I mean, yeah, honestly. Naruto's the most likely thing. There's just got a Weiss deck, so not really... But again, remember, IPs can be shared across games, right? Nikke is in 3 different games. JoJo's could be in a different thing. And JoJo's... I think it did recently get a set. It got like a Stone Ocean set. These could all be in different games. Yu-Gi-Oh! Player here looking for less toxic side chick for my main. I mean, don't play a Bandai game. So actually, no, you can play a Bandai game. Just don't play One Piece or like kind of Gundam. Gundam's probably actually fine. It's actually probably okay. Also, to make a correction about the Naruto CCG, Mental Power did come out in set 2, not set 3. Okay, yeah. I thought it was set 2 because that was for the EB keys from set 2. Old Naruto. I think straight up they caught up to the source material. They literally caught up to like the anime / manga. And then I'm assuming what happened is they were just like, we're out of stuff, so they just stopped it. I mean, it was Bandai, you know, they just be stopping things for whatever reason. So I think they just caught up and went, you know what, we're good, we're done, and that's it, no more, and they canned it, which sucks, but it is what it is. Genshin Impact they teased that in China. I think they did a physical release of the in-game TCG. But that's a Chinese exclusive thing. I doubt that would be partnered with Bandai to be released in worldwide, but it'd be neat. It'd probably be popular. Government's getting a Band-Aider right now, so I'd wait until this passes through. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. That's any Bandai game requires honestly, Bandai sometimes even worse. I'll say this about any game. Unless you're extremely excited for a card game, like you adore the IP from the get, if you want to try a game, give every single card game 4 sets. Give every game 4 sets to figure itself out. Unless you are super excited for the IP and you want to be in right at the start and you are okay with some problems, then by all means, go for it. But I personally would give any card game 4 sets before giving it a for real shot, before giving a for real take on it. I guess I'm a little different because I make content and stuff, so I'll be reviewing stuff when it comes out. But if you sincerely want to try a card game and you don't want to put up with like crap, give a game 4 sets to figure itself out. Normally games do that by then. But yeah. Sorry, I can't spell, dog. Lamau. Alright. Wait, so the Bleach anime can make filler, but Bleach TCG can't. I don't know what happened to the Bleach TCG. I don't know. That game also, they just went, we're done. We're good. In this case, 5, I think, because 4 set was just before Rush Play, but correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe. Bandai has always had problems. For Bandai, like, One Piece didn't really settle down until set 5. I don't think One Piece hit its rhythm until set 5. Digimon was a disaster for like years, so that's cool. Fusion World didn't hit its stride and didn't really fix itself till set 6. Bandai games tend to take a little bit longer than normal, but most card games, like 4, and I say 4 to mean the first year. 4 sets is normally the first year of a game. So give a game a year to figure itself out, and then by set 4, or by whatever that year mark is, it should have kind of figured out what it wants to be and sort of found its rhythm. And people have also figured out what's good and what's bad, and like early aggro metas should have died down by now. So it's a more safer environment to try out the game. But if you want to put up with nonsense, then I mean, get on a game from the get-go. It's always a blast to watch things develop. But yeah, waiting for Chaotic makes sense. I mean, unfortunately, long way. You gotta wait till October, but time will go past. What am I saying? Also, Gundam is cooked because of LR spam. I mean, shocker. I did play One Piece and I was picking it up when the scalpers came. That'll do it. That'll do it. If your series is based on either a Shonen Jump IP or a show from Toei, the chances are high as heck. That's all you have to know. Yeah, pretty much. Digimon needed 5. Yeah, 5 before it stabilized. Yeah, and even then, it immediately like fell back into not degenerate stuff where every deck was sit in the breeding area for 5 turns, then push out an OTK stack. So it's just like bleh. What if I gave Yu-Gi-Oh 250 boosters to get good? What? Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh just became different games over its lifespan. But even Yu-Gi-Oh is a good example because like you have to get through the first era of like LOB format of like every deck being the worst monsters you've ever seen in your life paired with the most broken spell cards ever released. Like good monsters didn't exist until I mean 2004, 2005 probably. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's good. It's just rough now because of Konami really in power creep. Well, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh's been doing that for years. Yu-Gi-Oh's been doing that since the dawn of time. But oh well. Long wait. It's 4 months. Not that long. They're gonna see anything, especially if it gets right. Like it's long. It'll be fine. It'll go past. It'll go. Now speaking alternate formats to go, which will save the game. They gotta really work on Genesis. Until Cyber Dragon, good monsters existed before Cyber Dragon. Like Chaos Sork came out well before Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon is just the end of GOAT. It's kind of what changed the game forever, and really put it into that like 07 to like Edison era. But pretty much, they really got to work on Genesis. Genesis can be really good. They just have to really like zone in on what they want it to be exactly. Honestly, I personally think if Force of Will is not so fast, I would recommend it right now because not every game is so much degenerate. Yeah. The problem with Force of Will is like if Magic the Gathering had Yu-Gi-Oh power creep, where like the game is extremely impenetrable to new players. And it's so like unpopular that onboarding resources don't really exist. So the only way to get into Force of Will is if like you and a friend are like really committed to getting into it and are down to like learn it together. But it's really hard to like do it on your own and also like convince someone to do it with you, just because there's so much information you have to parse like at the get. So like I love Force of Will. I think it's a great game. I think it was a great game. It's been kind of Yu-Gi-Oh-fied where now it's like, man, if it's not a 2-drop with flash, it's butthole. Like it kind of sucks. I think Paradox is good for the game, but it's just so hard. Right? It has so much like bloat. It has a lot of feature creep and a lot of text bloat that it's like you have to like really want to play the game to get into it. If you're just like passively interested in, you're probably gonna bounce off of it really fast, which is unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it is. Like I don't think that game is kind of like shot itself in the foot in terms of its ability to grow, which sucks, but it is kind of is what it is. Main TCG right now are Hololive and Union Arena. I mean, that's a fun spread. Think about OP, no OP, One Piece, no One Piece. One Piece bad and stinky. No, we don't support One Piece here. Vasas makes it hard to play in terms of schedule. Tournaments are Saturday, same day as Hololive. Ugh, you don't play Hololive. Keep playing Hololive. Play Pokemon with girls. Pokemon with girls is way better than One Piece. Not gonna lie, I did modern Yu-Gi-Oh! More normal formats. Like yeah, I love GOAT sucks. When are we gonna be so for real and admit that GOAT is terrible? I feel like we've kind of already done it. Edison, but man, did it ever get truly passionate once archetypes became the norm? Yeah, like that's fine. And I'm not on team. I'm definitely not on. Do not associate me with team. Old Yu-Gi-Oh is better than new Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm on team. They are just two different games. And some people prefer more than the others. So like, I'm not gonna tell you like Edison's true Yu-Gi-Oh and it's better than that filthy modern stuff. Like, play what you enjoy. Both are good. Both are very good games. They're just very different games. But yeah, Genesis is good. Someone else can Konami TG Vendetta against Dino. It's planted in the ground along with frogs. I'm just playing Blitzkrieg and Nats. I mean, isn't there you can play GMX. You can play GMX. GMX plus Dino Slob. I like Jurax. You can put Jurax in whatever you want. You don't get like crazy Dino, but you get to play GMX plus Misk and Overraptor, and you get to pop the baby, summon big ultimate conductor. You could summon UTC or whatever it is. You could play dinosaurs. You can summon some dinosaurs. Apparently went to Gloomok Swamp. I don't have the location. I mean, we take those. We take those W's, you know? We take those W's. Also, Walking on Gen 2 is the game that actually came out. So our first set, granted flip card were horrendous at the start of the game. Well, Bakugan Gen 2 was like unacquirable at the start of the game. And then, yeah, it had the stupid one darkest flip card that was broken. And all the other flip cards were terrible. Like, that game, I would not say that game really got off to the great start. Maybe like relatively compared to other games, but then again, Bakugan is such a different TCG that it doesn't have like it's not going to have the same trappings as other games. Like it's not gonna have the Bandai problems, but it definitely had its own like set one crap of like yeah, defense was garbage. There was only one good flip card, and it was like a rare or double rare, so it was like $30 a copy, and then you couldn't find cards. It was just kind of bad news bears all around. Have you thought about jumping on Chaotic Rewind for this scans that start out taking 1 hour and scale to 10? I am only playing Chaotic to acquire a knowledge base for the game in order to decide if I want to play a lot of it when it comes out or not, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not, like, if I freaking love Chaotic. I want to play as much Chaotic as humanly possible, right? And I want to experience the game to its fullest. Then I would just go on. I'd go on like Recode or whatever, where you just like that's the sim where you just have all the cards, right? I'm just doing Portal to Param because I just want to like try the game, right, and just get a feel for it so that I can make a decision as to whether or not I want to play the game when it actually comes out. Chad, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how much more Chaotic we're gonna do on the channel. But if people want it, we'll continue. I mean, people begged for this viewer battle stream, so here we are. I guess that's what we're doing today, because people wanted it. So I hope the people that wanted it are here, because if not, I'll be upset. But yeah, like, I think, like, if someone told me, like, Rewind is better than Portal to Param, like, I wouldn't argue with you. You're probably correct. But, like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? That's just not what's important to me. I just want to get a feel for, like, the rules and, like, the game flow. More than you know what I mean. I'm just getting a feel for. I'm just trying the flavor. I don't really care what the best flavor is. I just want to try the thing. Forcible second TCG, dude. Forcible's so good. It's so good. It's just like it just put itself in a really bad spot. You can jump the shark for me when link summoning. Links are awful and ruin the game. I hate links. Link summoning, low-key worst mechanic ever. I hate links. Someone ever told you Genesis is good. They are on drugs. Get far away. And that's not. No, I mean, what do you mean by that? Like, the format conceptually is good, or, like, the format currently is good? Either way, I would think that's fine. Pop the baby mentioned. Farfa joke. Ah! I think Genesis is good. I like it a lot. It depends. Because, like, the other thing, too, is, like, a lot of people that, like, if someone's like, Genesis is bad, and their reasoning is it's not what I thought it was going to be, or it's not what I wanted it to be. Like, that does suck. I am sorry. I do think they advertised it kind of poorly. But I think in the way that it exists right now is totally fine. It could be better, of course. It could totally be better, but I wouldn't be like, don't trust Genesis enjoyers. I think that's fine. But yeah. I personally want to make some TCG of my own, but I know I struggle with both power creep and card writing itself. That basically design causes me to work. Okay, also, you want to, I can help you with the power creep. You want to know a cheat code for power creep? It's called rotation. Rotate your game. If you want to fix power creep, rotate your game. Very, very, very not easy, but like good solution. As long as you like do it right and you actually like use the tool properly. Carding and stuff like basic design just costs me money to work on it. I mean, I do like that sometimes, right? I'm guilty of that. I've had a lot of ideas, like concepts for like mechanics, but like no. But then like, well, I actually need like a rule set and a win condition. Actually, I'm good, you know. But yeah, if you're worried about power creep, rotation is your life-saving cheat code. When we play OP since the community is quite chill. If your One Piece community is chill, then I respect it. I say go for it. Every One Pieceer I've met has been like the most annoying person on the planet, but that's just my anecdotal experience. Do not take that as gospel or apply it to your own life. If your community is hype, I say, you know, go play the games you like. Chat, at the end of the day, play the games you like. Just play what you like. At the end of, like, just play what you enjoy. Guys, just play the game you like. What? Links are barely relevant now. That's not the problem with links. I'm not gonna go on a Link rant, but like, no, Links are a disaster. Links are barely relevant now. What? Yeah, you could argue they haven't printed any crazy annoying slop links recently, since like 2024. But like saying links are relevant now is kind of crazy. Oh, that's we're going a little far. I don't know what Master Roll 5 is. You know what Master Roll 5 is. Oh, a after link? We're probably talking about two different problems with links. But whatever. Portal best code experience I had, but if I want to get good, feel the gameplay of Codic, I'd recommend Recode. Yeah. How do I even describe that? I'm just trying to have, like, can you play Portal Paramount Recode? I have been. So I don't know the extent of, like, play. I haven't tried to, like, play a game on it, but I have been going on Portal to Paramount on my phone to do my scans during the day. So it works so far as if you want to do scans and deck build. I haven't tried to, like, play a game, but I would assume it would work. I would try it. I'd say try it out. It might work. You can at least do your scans. But yeah. It just means the game is back to old Yu-Gi-Oh! Plus things you're basically not locked into having to play the mechanic. Yeah. So yeah, like, I guess if someone's saying, like, Master Rule 4 links were bad, like, yes, I agree. But my problem with links is that they're still... they introduced a problem that was completely independent of Master Rule 4. Master Rule 4 is kind of its own bad thing. I wouldn't like blame links for that necessarily. But yeah, play the game you like. Unless it's the game I dislike, then don't play it. So true. That's so true. Chat, you can play whatever game if you like. But if I don't like it, you're not allowed to touch it. That's a big no-no. If you play the games I don't like, you're actually going to be banned from my chat forever. Sorry. Not sorry. OP isn't a fan base. It's a cult. I mean, yeah, right? Such thing as a chill OP person? Okay, that's a little much. But in my experience, the vast majority have been like that, which is what it is. But if your specific local community is chill, then I say go for it. Nobody's U-Link. Yeah. Like, but like also, I don't think U-Linking was like isn't like the problem. Right. The only game I don't support. The only game I don't support rotation be universes. Don't do rotation in collab TCG, please. Yeah, no, I agree with that. That is true. But also, like, if you're making your own game, you don't personally possess the resources to produce a collab TCG, so it's not a problem you actually have to worry about. So, like, I wouldn't even bend it, but you are correct. Yeah, so a collab TCG should not rotate. That defeats the entire purpose. You should just be like Weiss, where you have, like, your core rule set designed in a way where you can sort of, like, self-balance everything. Which Weiss profiles, that's a video I could make. I can't make a video on. I don't play enough Weiss. If I played a lot more Weiss profiles would be a really cool, like, video to produce. I don't play it enough. It's just jank. Okay, I figured it's jank, but I would assume it works. Like, it's functional. Problem is not with the ideas themselves, but working out the mechanics. And moving the boat. Yeah. Right, like, it's pretty easy to come up with, like, cool concepts of, like, I have, like, this mechanic, or, like, this resource system would be really cool, right? And then it's like, okay, how does that work with, how does that interact with, like, your win condition? And then you have to figure out, like, how you want to fix your deck building, like, with colors and stuff. How do you solve the queen's problem? Like, there's a bunch of stuff that, like, has to go into the skeleton that goes around your cool, unique mechanic, and that can be, like, a really big roadblock a lot of the times. But it'd be like that sometimes. Portal Paramount is manageable and mobile when I'm playing it. Tam Cardwell! What about games you used to like? Well, you can still play those. You can still play card games I used to like. That's fine. I don't hate. The only card game I disapprove of is One Piece. Everything else, and maybe Riftbound. Everything else, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, Tam Cardwell. What an appearance! Chat, go subscribe to the best and almost only Universes content creator on the platform. And Naruto ever makes a TCG, you'd probably be more scalped than Pokemon. Well, Nintendo. Nintendo technically has a TCG. It's called Pokemon. But the Smash Bros. TCG. That could be cool. First opinion hot takes. Games of formula generally end on turn 3 are just not as enjoyable and interactive as it could be. Definitely enjoy a more back and forth style game. This one's tough, right? Because, like, this one's really interesting because people do complain about I'm not on the Riftbound train. I have a whole video. Didn't like combo Victor. Oh, the list I got was horrible. That deck sucks, but I knew that was bad. I just had to borrow it because all my cards were in the mail, and then I got really sick. I mean, I think Riftbound's fine. It's like, it's fine. It's one of those games where like you play it, and it gives you the exact same feeling as Magic the Gathering. So you're like, low key, I think I'd rather just go play Magic at that point. Like, they're not like the same. I'm not saying they're the same game, but the feelings that I get when I play them, I'm like, which for people can be a good thing. Cause I have a lot of friends that are like, I really like Riftbound. It has replaced Magic for me. And for people that really don't like Universes Beyond, I think that's a really good thing. So like that's really cool, right? If Riftbound has replaced Magic for you, I think that's awesome. And that's great. But for me, I was like, I can kind of get the same experience from Magic the Gathering. Also, all the Riftbound players are freaking One Piece players, so that's not great. And then I just didn't click. It was kind of it just didn't vibe. We didn't quite vibe. We didn't quite mesh. We didn't quite lock in. I'm gonna come back, Rune Pop. I'm gonna come back to this turn 3 comment because I do kind of want to yap about it, but it's gonna be a little later once I clear through all this stuff. Personal serious funny Dragon Ball fans, less toxic than One Piece fans. I agree. I actually went on a stint of like, I actually like Dragon Ball better than One Piece. I watched like all of it 2 summers ago or something, or like 2 winters. I don't remember, but I watched the original Dragon Ball. I actually liked it a lot more than One Piece. I'm not gonna cap. In Torabash terms, what does that mean? Dog, I don't know who Torabash is. And just Pokemon Legends is the... wouldn't do any issue with chaotic as energy resets after each combat. That can be a Prublom. That can be a Prublom. Legend of Zelda, I like to talk to you about that sometimes. I got really into Riftbound at the moment. Not a Magic guy, looked at debut, but yeah, it's just completely online. Fair. Riftbound is, it's tough. The One Piece were Yu-Gi-Oh players, sort of, kind of. Any One Piece player that was a Yu-Gi-Oh player is like a washed Yu-Gi-Oh player. All like the people that are like good at Yu-Gi-Oh still play it. Dude, do I go into the Riftbound thing? Riftbound's tough. Riftbound also has a lot of like external problems I don't really like. I don't know Torabash. I don't know. I don't got the ball knowledge. I don't got the chaotic ball knowledge like that. I know Maxor. I know Interest. I know Nadgerin. I know the wizard guy. I don't got the ball knowledge, dog. Don't let me derail it. This stream is all about derailment. We don't got it. The whole stream is about derailment. I love derailment. I'm just here to yap. And if stream's fine with us yapping, I'm here to yap. The only reason that this is supposed to be a chaotic viewer battle stream is because a bunch of people asked for it when I was streaming like last Thursday. And I was like, dogs, I don't have enough time for all this. I'll just do it Monday. But if those people aren't here, then like, I'll just yap. I got a lot to yap about already. We got 2 things. Dude, do I have to open a Google Doc? Do we got to open the Google Docky and craft a list of talking points? That could be really fun. I'll be ready whenever you're ready. All right, bet. Okay, so people are here for that. That's fine. That is fine. It is fine. Quantum TCG player or MTG players? Yeah, I mean, Lorcana player, a lot of Lorcana, anyone who's top of Lorcana event is some like Magic player that was bored and was like, I'm just gonna go play this, and then they won it. Lorcana's like Fisher Price Magic. It's really funny, but it's just kind of is what it is. Talk about the turn 3 problem. I will get there. Yeah, I'll get to the turn 3 thing. Cause that is kind of interesting. Torabash is unrelated to TCGs? Oh, Lamau then? Never mind. I thought Torabash was like a creature. Oh, it's a fighting game. It's a physics-based... What do you mean talk about chaotic in terms of the physics-based fighting game? Pardon? Alright, okay. Isn't Danish Dark Magician? I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna... Guys, Nadgerin has way more motion. Let's be real. Nadgerin has way more motion than Dark Magician. All right, Nadgerin's way cooler than Dark Magician. Let's be so for real. Can't even log into Portal Param. Awkward. That's tough. Sad Saga died because I have Eva still. Saga. I'm actually glad Saga died because Saga was terrible. It deserved to die. I'm sad that they flopped. English Battle Spirits, but I am not sad that Saga died. And Riftbound. Okay. Portal. I will let you know when Portal Param's up. It will be on. You will see it on the screen. we gotta do the early app sesh though. You know what I mean? Like the thumbnail, guy, we gotta organize the streams. The thumbnail stream, that's like the main event. That's like, you know, like that's like an hour, 30 minutes into the stream. This is like the opening show. This is the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. This is the opener show. This is the opening talk show. Now we have 2 things to talk about. We talk about my thoughts on Riftbound that aren't like me crashing out in a car, and the turn 3 problem. Talk was quite good, but yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, so like I'm bummed that the English version of Battle Spirits was the flop that it was, but I'm happy that Saga died because that game was so bad and did not deserve to live, unfortunately. But okay, Riftbound. The Riftbound's tough. It's one of those games that's like fine enough. It does do new, like if every Bandai game is a 5 out of 10, where it's like, well, the game's not bad, but they just keep making the same game over and over again, so they're just making the same not bad over and over again. So it's not going to go below a 5, but it's also just the same thing, so it's not going to be above a 5. It's just the middle of the road, like, it's fine. And, like, to the point of, like, just play it if you like the IP. There's nothing crazy going on, like, mechanically. Riftbound gets to, like, a 6. It's, like, slightly over the hump. In that, like, A, the things that it's stealing from are much more interesting, and then it, like, does do some stuff on its own. But it also retains so many elements of, like, trendy TCG mechanics. Like, there are a lot of, like, trending TCG mechanics the Riftbound pulls from that I personally really, really don't like. And there's a lot of, like, outside the game things that I don't really vibe with. Like, the fact that we weren't even supposed to get it in the first place. It was supposed to be a Chinese exclusive thing. And then, like, we really wanted it. So, my code, 6-7, we really wanted it. And Riot Games was like, you know, I mean, I guess if they want it, I'm sure you print it for them. So, then, like, that's why it has so many translation errors and there's so many erratas and all this junk, because we were never supposed to have it at all. So that's why, like, they didn't hire, like, magic designers until recently. So now, like, set, I think 4 of Riftbound is going to be the first set that's, like, actually, like, properly designed. Which, again, is why I said my rule of thumb for card games, wait till set 4 or 5, right? Give it a year to figure itself out. Riftbound doesn't even have, like, real card game designers until set 4 or 5. But it does just, like, kind of, not reek of, what's the word I'm looking for? It just, it has that hopping on the trend vibe. And a lot of people that I have met that play it share a similar interest in it, of, like, it's the new thing. It's the new popular thing that people are hopping on. And then it just does some stuff mechanically that I really don't like. I said it in, like, the car rant, but I was, like, pretty, I didn't like the whole thing of, it's, what is it? It's like, actions and reactions. I think it was, where, like, it does the, what's the best example? Do anyone play sports in my chat? Any sports gamers in chat? Like, how do you not end up in the Bandai game pro? What do you mean? Are you asking me how to not make a Duel Masters clone, or are you asking me how to not have Bandai's, like, set 1 through 3 problems? Because those are both those shield mechanics, man, I destroyed it so hard. They just overused. Yeah, shield mechanics are good. I mean, just find a new way to do what in the Gunner. Okay. I came close, but never ripped the proverbial bullet. Yeah, right. And I destroyed it. Yeah. Basically, like, just if you really like shield mechanics, just make a mechanic that accomplishes the same goal of shields. In that, whenever a perfect example is Battle Spirits. Battle Spirits does shields, but not shields, right? It's just a resource that you acquire when you, like, take damage or get behind in the game. All it is, it's a catch-up mechanic. If you can introduce some kind of catch-up mechanic, then that's kind of the goal. So in, like, battles, in, like, Duel Masters, it's the shields. Every time you take a hit, you draw a card to help you kind of get back in the game. And it's a game where, like, you get low on cards really quick, so, like, getting that extra card is actually a huge benefit. Battle Spirits is the same thing. It's just that instead of a card, you get mana for every time you get hit. So every time you take damage, you ramp yourself. In a game like Battle Spirits, it's really important. I mean, also that, because it's Mike Elliott. Yeah, Mike Elliott just be doing that all the time. But, like, just make a mechanic where every time that you get behind, you get some sort of benefit or catch up a mechanic, right? So like, yeah, Riftbound, it does so much that I just like don't. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way. It like low key is one of those things where you read something and kind of get the ick. Like the wind, the wind condition is really weird. Of like the as soon as you like you have to acquire points, you get points, and you're like okay, I understand to get the points, and then you get to the last one, and they go, all right, and now it's different. You have to get points this way now. It's like, okay, maybe maybe the problem is that. Oh, that's another reason I don't like Riftbound. I have determined I hate. Oh, I say this at the end of the video. That's what it was. A big thing is I hate games where the goal is to accumulate an amount of points. I do not like those games. I don't think they're fun. I don't think they're interesting, and they do a lot of things that I really, really don't like. So that's like a big thing of why I don't like Riftbound. Is I just have a innate adverse reaction to games where the win condition is accumulating an amount of points. I thought shard bugs could fix that. I was wrong. It is just straight up accumulating points creates a lot of problematic scenarios. Standard BS or Clack, don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do me like that. I love all my children equally. Okay, I can't decide between. I love both of my children equally. Okay, but yeah. Oh, Oshi push. Yeah, that actually is the good example. That is a good example. But only because Oshi push is... So maybe I should redefine that then, because that's actually a really good example. Oshi push is awesome. But Oshi push is awesome because the entire, like, the gameplay is facilitated around, like, acquiring... You know what I mean? It's not like magic, but point go up this time. That's really bad. It never works. Oshi push, the entire game is, like, formulated around you acquiring the points. So, like, all the problems of points don't happen in Oshi push because, like, it's hard to describe. It's hard to describe. Singular Frontier, what? People who don't know Mike Elliott took Garfield's position at once, so he created double. Yeah, okay, yeah. But now, what about Shield Cell Extra Deck? Because to be fair, thematically it fit. Shield Cell Extra Deck? I mean, sure. That's fine. There's no problems with that. Go for it. Go forth, be creative, do whatever you want, and then play test it and realize why things are bad. That's straight up the way to do it. Like, just make the thing, put the thing on the paper, play the thing, and then through playing the thing, you will figure out what works and what doesn't work. If you try to start from a basis of what works, you're gonna get stuck really quick, and that's how you're just gonna end up copying things and making clones. Just like do the thing and see what happens. It's kind of like the golden rule, like the way to do it. But yeah. TLDR, Riftbound. Don't like that you acquire points. That's like a big, just off the bat red flag of mine, right? Unless you are Oshi push, in which case, and like the game is specifically, actually Oshi push is a phenomenal example of like how to do the point acquiring properly. And like low-key wish Riftbound would take some notes from it, but it is what it is. And that's totally fine. What am I saying? I don't know. Riftbound, point go up, I inherently don't like. I think it's bad. Other point, Riftbound does a lot of things where, I don't know if you have any, like, sports people in the chat, but if you play baseball and then go play golf, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Basically, if you play baseball, when you go to bat, you develop muscle memory that helps you hit nukes. You know, it helps you hit dingers. It's really, really good. The problem is, once you acquire that muscle memory, and then you go into play golf, that muscle memory makes it almost impossible to play golf properly. And it kind of screws you. So, Riftbound kind of feels similar, where if you've played a lot of Magic, and you move to Riftbound, you do have to relearn a lot of habits that are going to just kind of screw you over in Riftbound. Riftbound also does a thing that I don't like, where they change a lot of rules and mechanics for, like, seemingly no reason, that, like, aren't super fun or crazy interesting, so I'm not a fan of that. MetaZoo, how expensive would we start collecting pre-crypto stuff? Well, MetaZoo, like, rebooted. MetaZoo got their IP bought by a different company, and they made a new game. So, buy the new stuff. Something to pop in and say, hi, Pippa, how we doing? What's popping? Talking about Riftbound a little bit. Funnily enough, wasn't expecting that. But yeah, go buy the new stuff, the new cards. Look at the set and then see if it has the new frame thing, and then buy that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Um, but like the TLDR for me, like Riftbound personal reasons, is it's like playing baseball your whole life and then going golfing and being like, do I want to relearn 14 years of muscle memory to be to understand the basics of golf? Is that valuable to me? Probably not, right? Is that amount of effort worth it? No, I'm good. A lot of people want me to buy Riftbound. I just don't want it all, dude. Yeah, right. Like it's fine. I mean, it's like the best of like the like IP wise, it's the best IP because like League actually has like a really solid IP that works well on its own. So it's not like don't buy the IP sludge, right? That part's totally fine. I have no issues with that. It's unfortunate that Runeterra had to die. Like, the weirdest part too was they were like, we made Riftbound because we couldn't figure out how to monetize Runeterra. We were actually losing money on Runeterra, which is true. But like, right? You mean Riot Games, the bajillion-dollar company, can't figure out how to monetize a video game? What? That part does not make any sense. Doesn't help my dislike law. That super doesn't help. That really doesn't help. Hey, the best thing to come out of Riftbound is the fact that it's your Riot ID, so now League of Legends players have to actually behave themselves in game chat if they want to keep going to locals. So that's fun. I appreciate that part. But yeah, and there's just a bunch of like external stuff I don't like about it. That's like completely void of like gameplay thing, right? It's a lot of people. Like a lot of the vibes you get from it is that it's a lot of designers that are very green to making card games. Like there's constantly mistakes. They have to constantly issue erratas. That whole errata with that freaking what was it, a token, where they were like, "Hey guys, it was like we messed up the thing. We like mistranslated something, and like messed up a ruling. So we're going to go use this fixed ruling that actually makes sense. Except there's a regional in a couple weeks, so it's actually going to stay the same for that regional." You're going to use the bad ruling that doesn't make sense. And then once that regional's done, we're then going to go to the ruling that makes sense and adds up. Like, it's super weird. A lot of the Riftbound rules feel super vibes-based. Like, things just happen for, like, no reason. There's a lot of situations where, like, if you haven't, like, studied the full rules glossary, you're just going to get owned on accident because things happen in very, like, specific ways. That are really weird. So like that part's kind of frustrating. I just want to pick up a new game. Yeah, I mean that's great. If you have a game that meets your needs, then like that's hype. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you. But so like yeah, they do a lot of stuff. Like I don't know. It almost feels like they treat the game like it's an online game with patch notes. It's like, guys, we're printing ink on cardboard. We got to be a little bit more careful with what we're doing. So like I think the game will be all these issues will be fixed, right? Once they get once the magic design once we get like the sets that were designed by like people that make games. That'll solve a lot of the problems, but yeah, there's just a lot of like external stuff I don't like about it. The vibes really throw me off. The fan base is fine. I think it will be better once it settles into its niche and is no longer like the new game everyone's hyping up, because like a lot of people are playing it just to kind of like hop on the trend, like with a lot of Bandai games. That part's really annoying. But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, if you like Riftbound, go play Riftbound. Like, if you like it, go play it. I just don't like it. It's just not for me, right? If I was making the card game tier list, Riftbound would be like B tier. Like it's fine. It's not like a disaster. Yeah, it's not Redikai, the worst game on the planet that was ever created. But sometimes I go back to a thought in my head of making Hearthstone a physical card game. You know what you should do? Go play Shadowverse Evolve. It's literally that. Shadowverse Evolve is the physical card game of a digital game that was the anime version of Hearthstone. So go play Shadowverse Evolve. It's pretty fun. It's a fun game and it's cheap. So do the Hearthstone is battle? No, that's just not true. What? Okay. So much. Yeah. Just go play Shadowverse Evolve, dog. When you get in physical Vanguard, TGP sucks. So no. Oh, if you don't have an LGS, do not buy physical Vanguard cards. Physical Vanguard cards are so expensive. Unless you're building something bad, just don't play Vanguard. The game sucks. Don't play Vanguard. Vanguard sucks. Vanguard's butthole. Don't play Vanguard, dog. I know I'm like a Vanguard channel. Don't play Vanguard. I'll never be sponsored by Bushiroad. They're gonna hate me. Love my Unit Arena community, super friendly, super helpful. What guy gave me an entire base deck, dude. Unit Arena is swag, man. Unit Arena, when people aren't being, I think they probably fixed the game by now. I played it. I made the mistake. I played the game when it came out. Horrible idea. So that's my fault. Should not have done that. But I bet it's mellowed out a lot now, and it's actually pretty good. Shadow Evolve was so bad. What do you mean? What do you have against Shadow vs. Evolve? It's like fine. It's Paper Hearthstone. It's like Shadow vs. Evolve can't do anything offensive. It's so fine. I think we're in a place where we could move more to online card games like Marvel Snap, but there's a bunch of interesting mechanics that really work. Digital cards? Yeah. I mean, it's every digital game, right? Every digital game is going to have like mechanics that only work in digital, as they should, right? That's kind of like the perk of being a digital game is you can do things you can't do in paper. But like they're also just like different things. But yeah. Somebody extra paper Vanguard, but yeah, I don't have locals either. Yeah, right. Like that's the hard thing. Is like if you there's not a lot of reasons to like buy cards if Mike Elliott said the mana system was from Battle Spirits. Well, like he's wrong. Like he was lying. I know Ben Brode said he was inspired by Battle Spirits, but like it doesn't mean like the game is the same, right? Like remember, let's look at the words you were using. Hearthstone is Battle Spirits. They're not one-to-one at all. Hearthstone is inspired by Battle Spirits. That's much more of a statement that you can actually make. I don't mean a game like Hearthstone printing out enough cards that you can play the Hearthstone with its RNG. Oh, you need to do the receipt paper thing. Buy a little mini thing that can print on receipt paper, and that's kind of the way to do that. That's how you do like randomized card generation. Is just print things on receipt paper. It's kind of cool actually. Hololive, I have some issues with the community. They can be really homophobic at times. Wait, really? Hololive's homophobic? That's actually shocking. But I felt outside of that, the game is fine. That's kind of wild. I would not be at the top of my list. You would think Hololive, but then again, I guess I don't know. Should I be surprised by that? The more I think about it, maybe. Now, and that actually does make sense, because, like, what not straight guy is watching his Oshi, right? No, that actually makes sense. No, that does make sense. No, I think about it. No, that does make sense. I just feel like we tend to color in the same coloring book over and over again. Maybe it's time for a switch up. Who knows? Mechanics to be run. This is all Bandai's fault. The coloring the colored book, this is like 90% Bandai's fault. Almost like 80%. Yeah, it's all Bandai's fault. Oh, that's another thing I don't like about Riftbound is that it's very much like they saw One Piece doing well and went, we got to do that. That also made me. It's a little too inspired by One Piece. In terms of like to be popular, that rubs me the wrong way. I'm thinking this I go about Battle Spirits is moving course between trash and normal zone, but that can be fixed with like printed game mat. I mean, yeah, you just put it under your discard. Like if you have your like game mat, you put the core trash under your discard, and then you just slide it along the bottom of the mat every turn. So you just go. It's like I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. Like I had no problem with it. Speaking of games I want to try, I have no logos for Grand Archive. Yeah, dog. Explain how some of the champion gimmicks work in your bed. GA started like videos. Generally interested in trying it for myself. Never shot. It's fun. Like it's a cool game. It's just like it has the problem of it being like impenetrable for new players. But like if you're down to like learn it, it's a really fun game, and I recommend it. It's just like it can be difficult and has really bad starter products. Would you like to see back other than Naruto TCG? I mean, that's kind of it. If I like one like. I mean, it's hard to define back too, but like if it's like old TCG to get rezzed, it's really either Naruto, Battle Spirits, which isn't gonna happen, and Duel Masters, which isn't gonna happen. Those are like the three that I would like to see. There really aren't any others that I can think of. I mean, I miss old Force of Will, right? A lot of games that have like evolved past what they used to be are like examples, but like that's more like nostalgia sayings. I think the only games I'm genuinely missing and would love to see back is Naruto. It's also hard because everything's a Magic clone, right? Like there's only so many games that are good and aren't Magic clones. But it's kind of is what it is. I'm a pen guy who watches Fumiko at times. Thanks to discounting me, dude. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I would think, but then also maybe, I don't know. I'm not a VTuber guy. I'm really not a VTuber guy. How many players? I'll play whoever, dog. Once we make it there, once we make it there, I'm gonna play whoever wants to play. I have no strict time limit, really. But yeah, because my back dislikes that specific motion of just stuff sliding. All right. Dual Masters Collab now it's getting its own TCG from the. Oh, we love Nisi Sanji. I thought they collapsed. I thought they were supposed to collapse. Good enough to, or different. Yeah, that's the big problem. Oh, frick, Buddy Fight. That one's hard to remember because Buddy Fight technically does still exist. It's just only in Thailand, which Soul Build looks awesome. So I guess if Buddy Fight fits into that, I'd love Buddy Fight back. If they just gave us like Soul Build, that'd be awesome. I don't think it's gonna happen. It'd be really cool. Gen 2 would get revived. They would need to fix a lot of things, but I'd love to see Bakugan be an actual game. They would just need to fix a ton of stuff. Secret Lair set in English for Dio, I guess. They already kind of, well, alright. Don't know, this is too low for you to remember an older game called Illuminati New World Order. I've heard about it. I've definitely heard about it. I don't know what the rules are, but I've heard of it. It's gone into my ears at one point, you know. I'm no VTuber. I'm not gonna be a VTuber. That's too much work. It's straight up too much work. I'd rather just turn the camera on. EDL card game? What? A video about is that real? I don't know what you're talking about. About the ABDL card? I'm not. If that's a bit, I'm not falling for it. I just want to be able to send people to the shadow and people to split over. I mean, I like Naturin better. What can I say? I think Naturin's cooler. The Buddy Fight's a good one because that technically is like dead, but it's not. It just didn't pop in my mind. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Do not put me in V card. I will explicitly. I will if they were to put me in V card, I'd sue them. I would explicitly not accept that invitation to be put into V card. No, thank you. I'm good. Put me in Oshi Push. I'd be an Oshi Push. I'd love to be an Oshi Push. Do not put me in V card. Get me out of there. Thai's Buddy Fight in Japan doesn't. It's just how like they got the rights. It's just the company in Thailand got the rights. This is what it is. Beer Standard or something like that. How's it different? That's tomorrow. Tomorrow is Battle Spirit Standard stream. We're not talking about Battle Spirit Standard. We're talking about that tomorrow. That's for tomorrow stream. You can go hit the notification button and go live. It's gonna be at the same time as today. What do you think is necessary or for a sensible card game with leader system like Vanguard, for example? Because I love that this one card can connect. Oh, okay. I got it. I see what you're saying. I'll come back to that. New protagonist. Yeah, Thai Body Fights look so freaking. They can be the only flesh tuber in V card. Don't put me in V card. I'll be a flesh tuber in Oshi Push. I'd love to be an Oshi Push. Don't put me in V card, man. Please, no. Anything but that. Anything but that. They haven't happened yet. We've just been yapping for 50 minutes. Yeah, I've only been shooting for 50 minutes. I haven't had time for one viewer battle. They haven't happened yet. We're getting there. It's the yap sesh. It's the pre-show yap sesh for now. I got sent on some fun tangents. My YouTuber goat popped in the chat. I had to talk about some Riftbound. Shout out. He's covered this between each version of Battle Spirits. People don't know. I will do that tomorrow. That is tomorrow's stream. If you look at my channel, there's a thumbnail with Battle Spirit Standard in it. It is tomorrow. I need to make a mention of a VTuber card game with Bacon being one of them. No! Get me out of there. Make sure to miss it. Yeah, you're good. Luckily on YouTube, the cool thing about YouTube streaming is you can scroll back, which you can't do on Twitch. So, L Twitch. Friggin' L Twitch. Why did I open that? I opened a menu on accident. Lamau! Underworld deck. My attacks and location, nothing but unhelpful. I feel that, dog. I feel that. While you dinner. Yeah, while you eat, guys, eat, fuel up. You gotta fuel up for the battles, dog. You gotta be ready. Then eat your dinner. But V-Card best card games is Magic Card and Duel Masters combined? What? V-Card isn't even a real game. It's not even a real game. What was I going to talk about earlier? Oh, leader system. Okay, leaders. So here's the thing, right? Have you seen all the Battle Spirits? Like a bunch of card game anime? It'd be cool to rank them in a tier list. I haven't seen all of them because there are some. We're battling Portal of Param. That's why Duel Masters is Magic, but in Japanese and fixed. It's peak. We're battling on a Portal to Param. but we'll get there in a second. I have seen most of them. The ones I haven't seen are ones that I tried to start and just like didn't grip me, like Heroes. I couldn't get into Heroes, but I could technically rank them. Maybe I could do ranked on Remember Saga exists? Wait, it said Duel Masters. Wait, what? I don't know what I'm talking about. What are we battling on? Portal Puperim. In like 10 minutes. Watching my first channel. I was fighting bacon to death. The comments about rotation. Dude, I'll fight anyone on rotation, dog. I can do an entire stream on rotation. Rotation is peak. I'm a rotation. I will talk about rotation that's the hill I will die on. I'll talk about rotation to the day I die. Rotation is good. There's Rasper and Saddle Loops still not being touched. Well, Adventure Time was real. It is real. Oh, you don't know about Card Wars. Card Wars is real. Card Wars is very real. Dude, we are rotating. Rotating. All right, sorry. Back to your thing about the leader cards. Leader cards are fine. The big thing is that the leader cards need a in-game like theming or lore reason for existing. And also they need to be a necessary piece of the game, right? A big problem I have with Riftbound is if you just delete the leaders, the game doesn't change like almost at all. You can get rid of leaders and have basically the exact same game. What do you lose? Oh no. I'm no longer told exactly what colors my deck can be, and I lose a continuous for the rest of the game. Whoop-de-doo. The rules of the game are the exact same, right? It does not change the rules of your game whatsoever, right? That's my problem. So that's when you can feel like leaders are kind of like shoehorned in. It's like, why are leaders in this game? A, it makes no thematic sense. B, if you were to delete it, the game would not change, right? That's like my biggest problem with leaders. So if you make the game where like leaders are a necessary aspect of the gameplay, then it's fine. Especially if you're not using like an IP. It especially helps if you're not using like an already pre-established IP and you can formulate your lore around the leaders existing, right? So that helps a ton. So a good example, games like Universes and Flesh and Blood, the leaders are necessary. They are necessary because the entire point of the game is that you are playing as this character, and your deck is their like attacks and abilities. So like if you delete the leader, you have no one to play as, right? You have no one to use those attacks. Like you just get poofed out of the game. Therefore, like those leaders are a necessity. So if you can make it feel like the leaders are vital to gameplay, it's kind of how you can like solve that problem. If I'm offering an example, having a deck strategy that cares about removing cards from your graveyard and your leader is the only way to do that. Well, everything else was the graveyard is a payoff. But like it just changes. Yo, let's go with the super chat. What's your favorite health tracking mechanic in TCG? Me and Biff, it's Sogar health tracking mechanic. So that's the thing, right? That's a really interesting question, and I need to clarify now because what do you mean by that? Because health tracking makes me think like life points, but the fact that you mentioned Soul Guard makes me think creature stats, and those are kind of two different things. I think Soul Guard is a really cool like way to give creatures extra lives, right? It's a much more elegant way to write regenerate from Magic, because if you actually read regenerate rules text, it's really bad and is kind of impossible to understand. So like Soul Guard is a cool way to like give creatures life, but doesn't really track up. Okay, favorite for creatures. Okay. The real answer is that it kind of depends. Because so like the basic two examples you have is like most creatures like have health. So if you're doing like the Magic example with like power toughness, right? They have life. When that life hits 0, they die. Okay. Either the damage sticks or it resets at the end of the turn. You have to kind of pick that first. And if you let damage stick, it kind of changes how your game plays. Because then creatures can like be chipped into and slowly whittled down over time, which is, I think, a really cool mechanic, but it's one that you have to be like very cognizant of putting into your game because it will change like the flow of combat. So I think I prefer to have the more I've played card games, I think I do prefer having the damage like stick in games like Shadow vs. Evolve. I don't think it sticks in Grand Archive, but Star Wars Unlimited, I think it opens up a lot more like avenues of like combat decisions. You don't get like the Magic the Gathering board stalls with like Infiniblockers right? You're much less likely to stall out because if you have a board of smaller guys, you can actually chip into your opponent's big guy to remove it. The only problem you run into is that your bombs are a little less stable because they're not giant meat shields. They will be chipped down over time. So like a big 6/6 is actually only going to clear like 2 creatures, where in Magic it can be like a giant stone wall. So it does it really goes into like what you want your game to be, because both can be good. I don't think one is better than the other. It really just comes down to what you want your game to be and what you want it to play like. I think Soul is good for the games that have like each creature just has one stat number, just in the thousands, and it's like a big number wins, and when they die, they just get popped. Soul is a really creative way to give creatures sort of extra life, give them more staying power on the board. I do like it a lot, but I think with terms of health tracking, you normally have one of two things. It's either you have a damage that resets at the end of the turn, or you have a sticking damage that you track with counters. That really comes down to what you want the game to be. Otherwise, you're like a Japanese game where you have like stats in the thousands, and it's just like a number comparison, which I think are great and can work well. Like look at Battle Spirits; they do a great example of the big like just thousand number comparison with like the Magic the Gathering style of gameplay. I think it works out fine for them. It just means that the only problem you run into is you have less knobs to twist, right? In Magic, you can make a 3/3. You can make like a 1/3. You can make in Magic, you can make like a 3/1, a 2/2, and a 1/3 have the same like power budget of stats, but they're all very different cards and play very differently. Whereas in a game with one number, you just have like a 3,000 power guy, and there's no real knob you can twist there. So you just simplify your game, but you also limit yourself by doing that. So like it depends on how many knobs you want to be able to twist. Having a power and a toughness stat allows you to create different types of creatures, whereas one number just kind of gives you one creature, and its power is just going to scale with however much it costs. But that's not inherently like it's not a bad thing. It's just if you want to have that many knobs to twist. But I hope that answered your question. I hope that was a satisfactory answer of like that's one that we don't really think about too much, of like your health tracking mechanic. But there also aren't like too many of them. And it's also all going to come down to like how your game plays. Like I think your health tracking mechanic is one of the last things that you kind of get to when you're making a game, because it's all going to be positioned around how your game plays, right? But excellent question. I've never thought about that before. Never thought about that one before. Nobody did it with turning cards upside down, except EVE Online. Oh yeah, I mean, well, there's like the reverse state in Weiss of like reversing things to you have to reverse something to pop it, but yeah, not every TCG needs a leader. You don't need a leader. Like there's no. Also, chat, little trade secret. A lot of the reasons that card games put leaders into their game is because they don't want to deal with the whole like color problem. They'd rather just have a way to tell you, hey, your deck can only be 2 colors, instead of trying to figure out how to balance around monocolor decks and then make sure the 5-color slot pile doesn't happen, right? People are scared of the 5-color slot pile. They don't want this 5-color slot pile to be a thing. How do you fix that? Well, we can just print an index card that says you can only play 2 colors. Some games are really bad with it, like Gundam and Lorcana, where that's just like an inherent rule, right? And then One Piece and Dragon Ball and Riftbound are like, you can only play the colors of your leader. Like that. That makes sense, right, guys? That makes sense, right? You can only play the colors of your leader. Like that adds up, right? You know? But it's mainly just a way. The only thing the leader really does is tell you what colors your deck is. That's like the main gimmick behind them. Oh, sorry, I'm burping. Yeah. I prefer to have damage stick on creatures like Plants vs. Zombies, Heroes, granted, yeah. And that was the thing for a long time, is a lot of people would always say, like, we should have damage stick on the creatures. People would be like, no, you can't really do that because it's a physical game and tracking that's really hard. But then games like Star Wars and Shadowverse came out and were like, actually, it's not that hard. You put +1/+1 counters on creatures in Magic all the time. Why can't you just put a dice on something to represent its stats? It's not actually that much of a, it's not that big of a deal. So we kind of like got over that in the past couple of years. But for a long time, people were like, no, you can't track. That's for digital only. You can't track stats in games. That's only for Hearthstone. If you did that in physical, it'd be a huge pain in the butt. But then games are like, actually, it's not that bad. Let's do it anyway. I'm like, okay. Thoughts on that mechanic I posted earlier. Oh, yeah. Wait, what was it? Thoughts on the mechanic I posted. As someone who loves putting on their amateur game designer hat, I'd love to know. Wait, what mechanic? What did I missed something? Generate. Is that a good example? If I may offer an example, having a deck strategy that cares about removing cards from your graveyard and your leader's own way to do that. Everything else feels. Oh, that actually breaks that mechanic. Yeah, right. But yeah, should have just used dice. Oh, cookie runs is really fun. Yeah, cookie runs is really cool. You can't do it in like a Oh yeah, frick, Naruto's. Naruto's is kind of neat. I don't. No, actually, no. I don't know. Do I like that? Hold on, I'm getting mixed up. My idea for leaders is literally based on a player's deck's lives and the defined playstyle. The deck enabling cards with like abilities full, like overheat counters for one faction. Yeah, you could do that. It's just that like the question is, do you need a leader to do it? Can you do it without a leader? And if you can do it without a leader, then like go for it. What about Vanguard? Vanguard doesn't even have a lead. That's the thing, right? Vanguard's cute because it doesn't actually have like leaders. It has the Vanguard, which is like a different card entirely. But it is a cute way of doing like the leader-y thing. So I like Vanguard a lot. Yeah, Naruto's injury mechanic is cool. Again, it's not a solution of like, this is the best one. You must do this one. It's more so like, what do you want your game to be? I think the injured status is cool. It's not one I would want to throw into anything, right? Because you're losing knobs, so like you can't have like direct damage cards anymore. You have a direct damage ceiling of like spells can only do 1 injured point damage or like 2 damage to knock something out, and those are like your only forms of like direct damage cards. So you lose that, but then you like gain a bunch of other aspects of like having your stats be like modifiable, and that like when you get injured your stats get weaker, but some creatures can be like start out weak and then once they get injured they get stronger. They could have like a lot of variability to that. So like that's cool. So you still get the same amount of knobs. Still get some knobs. There's different kinds of knobs. And you just got to pick what knobs you want to be able to twist, really. The Cookie Run health system is really fun, where you put the life cards under the cards. The only thing is you need a game, if you're going to do that, you would need a game that has a very small amount of creatures on your field at a time, right? Like, if you played a game like Magic, and every turn you're playing a creature and putting cards from the top of your deck under it, either A, you need, like, a refresh mechanic, and you can't, like, mill people out. You have to be able to recycle your deck, because you're running through so many cards. Or, there's no or. You need, like, a refresh deck. Or your deck would need to be, like, humongous. So, like, games like Cookie Run work, because you can only have 2 cookies on the board at a time. And even then, you're still churning through your deck pretty quick. But if you put it in a game like any creature battler, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic or whatever, your boards get a little too... You put out too many creatures, and you go through your deck a little too fast. But again, it's whatever like works for your game, whatever you prefer. I don't think there's like a best one. Like, it's a hard one to answer too, because like a lot of like your health tracking stuff is going to be informed like by how your game plays, and how you want your game to play. So it's not one of like, this is the best way to do it, right? It's kind of personal preference. But it's important to note, if you go to like rip a mechanic from a different game, understanding the limitations that puts you under, and like if you're like, I want those limitations, I think those would be fun to work on around. But again, do whatever you think is best for your thing. That's kind of the best advice I could really give. Toolmaster's Dungeon Dice. Oh, I was not scrolling. That's why I was confused. Don't remember the example I meant was a way of illustrating what makes a leader be worthy of a pillar of games. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, it was this, the Graver thing. Okay, so I was like, yeah, if you delete the leader, the game doesn't change. Well, it's like, well, if I have my deck that is all about, taking cards out of my graveyard, and my leader is the only way to do that, then, like, sure. What I'm saying is that okay, because people do this with my rotation argument all the time, and it's so annoying. What I'm saying is the core rules of the game don't change. So, like, obviously, like, if you have a deck that says, I have this creature that says, when it gets power, I draw a card. And then my leader says, give creature power, right? And I go, if you remove the leader, something changes. And goes, well, if you take away my leader, then I can't draw my card. It's like, yes, obviously you lose the effect that lets you do the thing. What I'm saying is it doesn't change like the core identity or rules of the game, right? So like an example of that is like, okay, let's say you have a deck that's like Graveyard Recursion, and like your leader is like, I don't know, either your leader is like the way you mill, or either way, no matter what it is, I would argue that actually breaks the mechanic, because now you've made your Graveyard Recursion way too consistent. This was a problem with Dredge back in the day. It was like Graveyard Recursion is cool, but as soon as you make it consistent, it's busted. Um, so like you have to be really careful about sticking mechanics onto leaders because it's a card that you have access to at every single point in the game. You always have access to this card, so you have to be very, very careful with printing certain effects on it. So like if you do want to make a Reanimator deck, if you put either the Reanimator tools or the Mill tools on your leader, that deck's going to be much, much, much stronger than it would be in a game like Magic or any other game where that stuff's in your deck because you just always have access to it at the start of the game. So those strategies become hyper consistent. And if you print them wrong, right, then they get broken really fast. So you do have to be like very careful with printing like very big mechanic things on the leaders. Like leaders have to be a bonus, but a very small bonus, right? They can't be your core engine because if they're your core engine, your deck is your high deck is way too consistent. And I mean, you could always make the argument of if everything's consistent, nothing's consistent, right? If everything is equally consistent, it's fine. Then it's more about is that how you want your game to play. But yeah. I can't tell you, but I personally prefer to do it with a leader. Either that or I want to try Vanguard like mechanic, but I'm afraid of them not showing up often enough, hence leader mechanic. I mean, it's fine. Like, if you need a leader, do a leader. But my suggestion is if you can do it without a leader, I would always recommend doing it without a leader. Can going to say fall underneath Soul Guard health mechanic? Yeah, pretty much. For the most part, the sticking cards under things. How many people don't appreciate Vanguard like at all? I have a whole video on it. I have an entire video yelling at Vanguard players, explaining to them A, why rotation is good, and B, why all of their arguments against rotation make no sense. And it's all people just complaining because they want. It's just people don't like it when you take away their toys. Like that's it. At the end of the day, everyone is a 6-year-old at heart. They don't like it if you take away their toys, even if they haven't played with that toy in 5 years. If you throw it away, they're gonna get upset. Even if they never play with the toy, the fact that you've taken it away from them, they have lost their like theoretical access to it. They're gonna complain about it. That's like the core issue. People just don't like losing their toys, even if they don't play with them. Example Timmy deck, Celestials, Life is Man as a weird system. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. I think I understand that. Yeah, right. It's like you have to be really careful making your mechanics way too consistent or too easily accessible. Especially with like Reanimator. Like you could, even if I don't know if you play Vanguard, but like they just had to ban like Navigator in Premium because it made Grand Blue milling, like turbo milling, way too consistent. Because being able to just go rest my guy mill 5 every turn is bananas. Faces of the decks, but not win conditions. The leader should never be your win condition. If your leader is your win condition, you have a huge problem. You have a humongous problem. Definitely never make your leader your win condition. Unless it's something like extremely goofy and gimmicky. But like 90% of the time, the leader should never be your win condition. One worry I have with Vanguard mechanic is the amount of card draw necessary to pull it off consistently to give players enemy moments. How many cards are you playing at turn? Sort of. Vanguard needs a lot of card draw because you block from your hand. You need ways to fill up your hand with shield. So Vanguard like necessitates a lot of card draw. I claim without Flagbird if the deck is completely unplayable right now. Yeah, right. Like reasonable people will understand the value of rotation. It's just people that don't get their toys taken away. And yeah, and everyone was like, "What if I cover my hand in poop and farts and crumbs and spiders? Do I just win?" It's like that's not how that works. It's not how that works. I played it at least in the past. Yeah. What was I saying? Why did I ask that question? I don't remember why I asked if people play Vanguard. Yeah, Navigator. Like, Navigator is a good example of, like, printing mill tools on a leader. Like, if you make milling too accessible, certain graveyard strategies become a little too degenerate, right? So you have to be, like, really careful about the consistency that you're giving to decks. Because, yeah, okay, I was like, wait, I need to go back into Mind Palace. Vanguard is an ace card for the deck. I genuinely grow tired of being a random 1-mana. You want people to have access to their ace units? Just do Buddy Fight. Do the Buddy Fight bit where your ace unit just starts next to you on the board. And the whole gimmick is that it's your partner monster. It's the monster that you battle with. You guys team up and fight together. And it starts in your thing. Or just do like the Battle Spirits thing of contracts where they start in your hand. You could do that. That'd be fine. Dude, it is. Oh, dude, Flagbird. It's the only boss. Eugene got a new form before Flagbird did. That card, they hate that card. It's so funny. They actually like despise Flagbird. It hasn't gotten a new card in ever. Genuinely hilarious. It's your buddy, yeah, right? It's your buddy. But yeah, basically. All right, let's play some Portal Param. I've been yapping for a while. Let's play some Port of the Param. Let's let the gamers play their games that they came here to play. I've been yapping for an hour and 15 minutes. Let's be nice. Oh, mother fubber. Still gonna work. I think I got it. I got it. Alright. Am I the only Vanguard guy who quit the game, never came back to it? Yeah, I mean, it's so hard. Vanguard players, dude, it's so hard to stay away from the game. It's so hard to stay away. It's terrible, but it's so hard to stay away. Maybe the fact that I got into the end of G era kind of helps, since most people in Vanguard are now player. Yeah, right. It's all of the players still are like people that are like, I missed like early G. Yeah, you can have first game. You waited patiently. You get the first one. But like, yeah, it's like I'm too entrenched. I miss the good old days, and I play with just the sheer, blind faith that maybe the game will return to being the game that I used to love. And that's really it. That's why we all still play this stupid game. The game sucks. Got your interest today? Let's go! I haven't even found the quest yet, but I'm happy you got your interest. That's hype. Straight up, just play G-Boot. Yeah, you're right. You're so correct. Unfortunately, some G-Boot decks are straight up unplayable, which is funny. But no, you're correct. Just freaking play G-Boot, dude. Straight up, just play G-Boot. Did I have any new cards? Let me check my deck really quick. I don't think I have any new upgrades to add. I got some new Overworlders, but it's all Earth cards. Every card I got is an Earth card. I think I have nothing to add. The Liqualizer's bad. Just Swift doesn't do anything. Yeah, I got nothing to add. It's time to scrap. Electman challenge. All right. I'm not ready. How do I get ready? It says you're not ready. How do I ready? Not ready. Ready. I think I fixed it. Let's see. Yeah, play G-Boot. G-Boot's great. BSDS, but currently pay the key for companion to get in the hand. Yeah, that works. That's fine. What is G-Boot? G-Boot, it took me to like 6 goes for the quest to pop. Yeah, I'm on like go number 4 or 5 or something. So your deck hasn't changed. Victar, do I have that? My challenge is pending. Wait, do I have it? Battle Arena. Wait, let me look at my deck real quick. Do I have Victar? Stall guy? Mag whatever? Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah, this guy. Yeah, this thing's cool. Yeah, he's gonna swap in for this stupid other thing. I forgot about this dude. Yes, he's going in the deck. He is going in the deck. We're gonna go water, edit. This dude can get out of here, and we'll play Victar. Now we're cooking. There we go. Save. All right, perfect. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna just challenge you and see what happens. It says you're not ready. What the heck, man? Beautiful. I get it. That's funny. He's both wisdom and courage. Yeah, right. I'm like, that's pretty solid actually. I low-key forgot I got him, and he can play off the Rust Toxics because he has Earth. He's Earth. So like that's cool. And he's very useful. I like him a lot. He's going in the deck. Low-key forgot about him because I got him so long ago. So G-Boot is Vanguard's premier and pretty much only real retro format. It's the Edison of Vanguard. It's G-Boot is it's G era. It's the end of G. It is all the way up to GCB, whatever. It's to the Diva set, the last Bermuda set that came out. Everything before. So basically it's GBT 14, and then the last Bermuda set that came out after that, and it's all of that backwards. and it's like playing end of G era. And then there's a Discord called Project G Boot, and they have a custom ban list that tries to fix the end of G, because the end of G was a little bit broken. It was a little bit broken. So they made a ban list to try to fix it, and I think they did like a decent enough job. So I'd say go play G Boot. The only problem is some of the cards are really old and probably hard to. Hey, what is? Yeah, wait. No, that's a bunch of numbers. No, that is you. Okay, cool. Except, yes, we did it. We figured it out. If you don't know, guys, we get into it with the Hololive guys, maybe. Yeah, Rafe, you'd have to like give people a deck, and it's really hard to like some cards are going to be hard to find because they're so old. There are some cards you straight up cannot acquire. Like, I think Fenrir is actually physically unbuildable in G-Boot because there are no Fenrirs on TCG Player. So, like, some decks are unbuildable. Some decks are going to be prohibitively expensive. So, like, it can be a little Akko Taco. I guess us, but I'll give you a free win by joining the lineup. I mean, my deck's terrible, too. My deck's, like, fine enough. Oh, intercept. Please. What is this? Oh, I gotta fix my camera so you can like see my hand and stuff. Hold on, let me let's edit this. Let me yap while I edit this. Okay, I actually had the AI upscaled episodes, and apparently I just like the point system in the deck. Oh, I love the point system. I think the point system is beautiful. Oh yeah, Geese, you're cooked. You're cooked on Geese. The server lags sometimes with the challenge. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. NFG her was insane. No, it was. NFG was insane, but it was one of those insane but so fun, you know what I mean. It was bananas, but it was such a blast, man. It was so fun. Oh, I can also let me full screen this. There we go. Get a bit more space. Let me put you guys over here. There you go. Try that. There we go. That looks a bit better. Now you can see. Oh, my camera's too big. My camera's too big. There we go. Now I can see the action. Let's go. Gasteel. Gasteel's really cheap. Like the grade 3 Gasteel for like G from G is pretty cheap. I think. I'm pretty sure. Same was such a blast. Yeah, it's fun. It was so broken. G was one of those things where oh, what am I doing? Okay, yeah. G was a format. Let's drop your courage. End of G was like so like clans had like their own gimmicks, and they would all like do different things. Gains 5 energy, which manable. Okay. End of G was fun because every deck just did everything, right? Like Nova Grapplers and Aquaforce were the multi attacks that would restand, and then End of G everything restood. Against all elemental types, specified creatures you control. Sure. Everything would draw a card. Everything would get +5 when it swung. Everything could like superior call things. Like every deck did everything, but it was so fun, dude. It was so fun. It also like meant all the decks were like really powerful, but in like a fun way. If you haven't checked out End of G, I'd recommend it. It's so much. It's also like the only problem is it might ruin your opinions on Standard because it is so much better than Standard, like wildly better than Standard. So like it might make you hate Standard because of how much better it is. How's your wisdom? 50 or less. This hits. Mostly foreign thing to me, but the anime always have a solid. Dude, the anime is so good. The G anime was so fun. The ending is not great, but like what Vanguard ending is. But it's good. Also, don't forget everything had a counter to log. Yeah, like Chaos Breaker was not a problem. He was very beatable. It was annoying, but it was very beatable. Like if your opponent played Chaos, it was lame. Choose our creature. If it has at least one elemental type, loses then an elemental type of your choice during your turn. Uh-oh. I can't do anything about that, can I? Well, I can give it back. I can give it water back if I want. Okay, that's fine. Eastern G, every clan plays differently compared to Standard. Yes, every deck still does play. It was impressive at the end of G when every deck did everything. They still managed to maintain their clan identity, which is really cool. So joining Portal of the Perma for the first time, first under the game, and got booted back to the main screen. Yeah, I have to play on an incognito Chrome window to get it to work, and I've also heard that some people need to clear their cache. Yeah. Gonna make me lose my water. No! Not my water! Not my Wawa. Uh-oh, stinky. Poopy doopies. I guess that was going to be like 20 damage. Maybe I should have just popped the music there. Actually, might have been pretty good. You get... Oh, the big earth thing. Okay, yeah, big earth thing's fine. Is it for 15? Oh, what the heck is this? My overworld music? Oh, I guess I shouldn't. Well, I have actually music counters to spare. Servers are screaming? Yeah. Before I'm migrating to capture. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Once the account is made off using incognito? Oh, well, I'm on it anyway, because it works. I'm here anyway. What do I want to do here? What do we want to do? 35 to 30. This can deal 15 if I give water back. Probably could have won this if I would have popped the water earlier. Because I'm pretty flush with music count. Oh wait, no, I lost the 2 that used to be on this guy. I don't have as many music counters as I used to, but also all my music is bad. So, I play Daedalus in 2007 format. If anyone gets to play Daedalus, it's me. I play Umi in 2007 format, and it's kind of goated. It's kind of goated. It should do 20, but I've lost water, so I need to give water back. I think it's worth it, because I'm like flush. I have so many freaking music counters, and all of my music is so bad. We can just do it now. Rip some stuff off Loma. Give it to Loma. Give me that water back. Give me my water back. Give me the water. I just want to also... Oh, that's fine. We get owned. Sometimes we get owned. It's okay. We don't want to lose Loma. We also don't have a choice. Let's go this, because that's going to be 10 both ways. Store knows what I just got to play Hollow Lives, high key rating, store. Ooh. Dude, there's a guy at my Vanguard locals that I go to out of state. I drive like 2 hours to go to, who apparently he said that if Chaotic ever comes back, he's selling out of Vanguard. And that was true. He sold out of Vanguard like 2 weeks ago. So that's crazy, but a man loves Chaotic. Oh, okay, so get Earth back. Oh, the combo. The combo. I debated playing one of those in this deck, but it didn't seem very good. Oh, there's Mind Strike. Nice. I debated playing one of like the water combo in this deck. I don't know if it seemed... I feel like I was going to get very unlucky and not draw it and then awkwardly get stuck with no water in my water deck. Like, I foresaw me, like, completely bricking with it. So I was like, that's probably not a good idea. Probably shouldn't do it. The heal. Okay, that works. Is that worky? All right, bro. I mean, I gotta respect it. He did not lie. He was not capping. Rust Toxic. I don't win the challenge. This is just, what, 5? No, he's air water. He's water earth, so it's 10. That's fine. Go to 10. Courage challenge for 10. Hand's kind of poopy butt. Hand's kind of, hello, yokai, what's popping? How you doing today? Are we doing good? We chilling? Love new Umi deck is so flavorful. Made it like clean counter Fire Kings. That is funny. Yeah. They completely forgot the Fireboss monster. Yeah. Yeah. 10? A flat 10 damage? I don't like that. I don't like that. No thanks. No thank you. So I had, for me, I have to play it in an incognito Chrome window, but I've also heard that other people have had to, ooh, that's a lot of damage. I've heard that other people have to clear their cache. There's just a bunch of random stuff you have to do. Nukes sees that can Rush is sick. I need to look at Rush, because Rush is so... Every time I look at Rush, I get sad, though, because we don't have it. I really like Rush, though. Rush is sick. Beggar Cloud decks are always pretty flavorful. Yeah, the Cloud decks are surprisingly kind of swag. Like, they're a lot better than I feel like they should be. But yeah. No new players allowed. Ooh, is it, like, capped or something? No new players allowed? That's tough. That's tough. Kind of does look better than Vanguard. Unfortunately, it does. I can't... You're right. I can't blame him. I can't blame him. Granted, I don't know how much Chaotic I'll be playing personally, but yeah, it does look better. It does look a lot better. Smart and Chapel, yeah. Yo Pro, and that's not what but I'm saying, like, never mind. I'd kill it for real. What do we want to do? Also, why is my board organized like this? My board isn't supposed to be in like this order, but I guess it is. Fireproof 5 attacks played by deal an extra 5 damage to underworld creatures. Okay, I mean not enter mixed army. Okay, so he's just like a counter to other stuff that I am not. So that's kind of nice. I can leave him on that. Reach Mandibulary control. So I probably want to try to trim down the Mandibulars before we try to do the wisdom. Even though my wisdom is like pretty high, I think it's still better to try to trim down Mandibulars. What do you want to hit with? I forgot to look at my battle gear. So that's big wisdom guy, and this is big courage guy. And we need to deal with courage for sure, and wisdom we're already beating. So this will put us a little more on par courage-ish wise. The big thing is we're not going to get blown out by a lot of challenges, right? But we're also not going to win some wisdom challenges. I think this is still worth, though. And we get the heal. I think this is the fight we take. I think this is fine. XYZ a dragon cannon. I mean, hey, it could smell worse, right? Smell way worse. Bug guys, we'll see. We'll see. What did I get? The Gigantopoulos didn't come out and engage overall creatures. Ooh, means you counter for free. Yay! Refunded. Where the Vinger Collab deck tries to be unique in terms of gameplay. It's so funny. It's actually so funny. The collab decks are so much more flavorful than just the regular decks. Double was toxic. See, I'm supposed to have the crab guy in front, but he wasn't in front. I don't know why. Yeah, wisdom's only +8, which is unfortunate. We're not gonna like win any challenge. Oh, but we're on water damage heal 5. I'm gonna have to throw this Rust Toxic, which feels really bad. No, we'll just draw into something else. I believe in myself. Meanwhile, this one motorbike player devoured the lore on the back. Oh, yeah, motorbike's a problem. Anything that lets you just jump to lore is a little awkward. Mandibulor Might. How much damage is this going to deal? A good amount. 15. It's not bad. I don't have Earth and Water. That's not going to do any damage. We hold that for the crab. Yeah, the hand's looking a little awkward. I really wish this would have been... This would have been Crossectus up front. He was supposed to be in this. Is the water giver? Yeah, water giver. Okay. Hydro balls. It's not Earth water. Not water. Tried Sharbugs. Yeah, Sharbugs is fine. It's fine. We're not winning any challenges, dog. This is unfortunate. I'm gonna have to throw both Rust Toxics. Maybe we just try to like farm back to them, right? We only have 9 cards in the deck. We're like halfway through the deck. I think we just try to cycle back into the Rust Toxics for Cross Sectus later, because you still have to take a Loma fight after this, and this fight's gonna take a while. So I think we can get back to it. Dude, I love Ghost Tricks. I played Ghost Tricks in 2014. They're terrible, but like they're so fun. But man, I love Ghost Tricks. What we got? Challenge again. Oh, we're drawing all our challenge cards when I can't win a challenge. That's awesome. Alright, well, we're just gonna lob a nothing burger out. Awkward. Another delirium. Come on, yes, there we go. That's a real card we can play. Line strike. Ooh, okay. Yep. Yep. Oh, 50 or lower, right? Yep. 50 or lower. Not, man. We're getting stuffed. Vanguard homemade format. What about a collab format? You can only play the D format collab decks only. They're actually, yes, I agree. We had one locals. We had one time we had Quince night at locals where everyone had to play Quince decks. Dude, that was so fun. I am a big fan of collab format. Obviously, there are going to be some decks that are just going to be better than the rest. Like, you got to watch out for Katana World. But I do think it's very fun. Collab format Vanguard is... one time there was a guy... was it? Yeah. I had a friend at Locals who almost, like... They wouldn't, like, only play collab format, but they would very much prefer to play, like, Quince format because it was a lot more fun than just playing regular, standard stuff. What do we want to do here? 16? Oh, that's not the number I'm looking for. I think we popped the last counter. Oh, I should be popping counters off Relum. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go. I think this might still be bugged, so I don't want to die. Last time I tried to do this, I died. Last time I did this, it was bugged and I lost, so I'm not gonna do that. Who needs voice in your White Sports diet? No, for real. So for real. Yeah, let's do this. Pop it off. Is it this guy that's fighting? Yeah, it's this one that's fighting. Pop it off him to give it to himself. Let's spend our music counters. Should be good. Again, barely losing these challenges. But this is also the only card in our hand that does damage. I need to heal, so. Gotta spend it now. Kinda use it or lose it. This being 16 is unfortunate. We could threaten lethal here, but not with 16. When does that's a question for Google. I have no idea. Right, it's 10 damage to target, so it's gonna deal 10 to me. We can go force the lore counter, maybe? Yeah, I think we force the lore counter. Yeah. I could do this. This is funny. I don't think I need the heal anymore because I'm threatening. Maybe I keep the lore counter. I just like negate it with this. Might be the play. Let's do that. Cast it. Pop your battle gear. That'll negate that. I think this is the schmoove. Because we'll heal 10, we'll take 10. Yep. 11. And we have to tank this hit. And at the top deck, a lethal. I just need to deal any damage. If I can top deck any damage, we can threaten stuff. Crazy cheap. Dude, the Shaman... Actually, let's pull out pause. The Shaman King decks are, like, borderline unplayable. They're really, really bad. But, yes, most collab decks are super cheap. Which is really nice. But I will say the Shaman King decks are, like, really... Lore ability on the burst stack. Kinda whack. I mean, I have to. Huh? Ooh. I mean, yeah, right? So, I guess we'll find out if this card actually works. Does it even matter? I think I'm dead no matter what. Yeah, I built Free Run for pretty cheap. I also got her before she was really expensive. So that's really helpful. So, okay, so it's... How to do math, dog. I didn't even read this. So, Earth 5. I think even if I did it, I would die anyway? Water, Earth. So it's 5, 5, 20. It's 25 total? And if I cast it, this should work. Because I'm dropping 15 off of it. Yeah, just 15. I've been told this is bugged, though, and it doesn't actually work. We're going to find out. Okay, it doesn't work. Cool! Oh, man, I love that that happens all the time. Do this and this. Alright, still bugged. That music core it won't heal me, but it gives me what is Earth 10 or whatever? What does that mean? What is then what does Earth Proof mean? You know? What does Earth Proof 10 mean? I don't understand. Play DB premiums or code. Oh yeah, you're What? Element proof increases your energy at the start of the match? All right, well, I was misinformed because someone told me that it was just bugged. Yeah, I mean, there's no reminder text, which is really annoying. Even if I hover it. Normally, when you hover it, you get this little, like, drop down on the left here that shows you, like, Defender water reminder text, but it doesn't do it on the music. So you just have to guess. Just so annoying. So, whoopsies. All right, well, we fudged it. That's my bad. I misplayed. Overall Embassy, mount is active, uninfected. Oh, yeah, this thing I just have to put in my deck for no reason. But whatever. Okay, so I have to pop it, like, preemptively? Oh, it's also bugged? Oh, okay. That's really cool. That's awesome. All right, I was misunderstanding why it is bugged. So I'm kind of cooked here. My hand is worse than garbage. That's unfortunate. Some damage. And then this is just like whoever top decks good cards, and I'm not doing that. So I just got to get the bad cards out of my hand. I'm definitely not winning this fight. Still haven't gotten the Arbor Smash attack? I don't think so. I don't know what that is, though. Oh my gosh, can I draw a card that does damage, please? I'm gonna have to sack Loma here. That sucks. Oh my goodness. Alright. Well, unfortunate. Look at all this. I've done 0 damage 3 turns in a row. That's really cool. Oh, more 0 damage. My deck refreshed and gave me more cards that don't work. That's really cool. Lets you gain Earth. Oh, I think I do have it. So normally I don't draw cards in this exact order. Having Earth has not been like that important yet. For things, but sometimes, I mean, sometimes you just draw cards in the bad way. She'll look like a heart. I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know if there's time for specific people. I'm just kind of like making, I don't even know if I made a list. I think only like 3 people want to play, but we'll see. Okay, Riverlands, big heal. Let's finally use the Crossectus that's somehow spawned in the back on accident. Urgent speed, it's an energy, so he's 60. I mean, I gotta fight him eventually. I don't know. It's kind of washed, I'm not gonna lie. I made many a misplay. It's okay. My cards are bugged. That's another bug. Since the card has water and Loma has water 5, it should do 5 damage because the bug, it does nothing. There's more bug. I keep losing the bugs. Brother. Yeah, you would think, but this game hates me and it doesn't work. Whatever. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it does water 5, but it just does 0 damage. It's fun. Volunteer to go last. Okay. Also, it'll be helpful because Loma with both Earth and Water becomes a much more reliable option. Same with Relum. Yeah, I had what I would normally do for that, because like it would be. I don't play like too many Earth cards. They're just clogging my hand for some reason. I don't play a lot of Earth card. All my music sucks, so I would just spend. Where'd it go? Wait. One of my musics isn't in my music discard. It's only showing that I have 5. My 6th is gone. Did it get, like, banished? Wait. Okay, well, the music that completely disappeared gives my stuff Earth. So I will, so if I ever do get one of these weird, like, Earth Clog hands, and I'm fighting with Relum, I'll just give Relum Earth for that fight to spend it. I think Crossectus swapped with Loma when you used her Defender. I tried to engage Crossectus. Oh, it swaps? Oh, I didn't know it swaps. Oh, that makes so much more sense. I was wondering why that happened. Oh, I didn't know it swapped. Huh, okay. Oh. That kind of sucks. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not a fan that it swaps. Yeah, the positions get switched. Interesting. Did it do that last time I played? I don't remember it doing that. Hymn of the Elements. I don't know why it disappeared from my stuff. I tried to cast it earlier and it got countered. But normally I would just pop that because I have a bajillion music counters. Relum Right, but I'm like, where do I check my banishment? That's what I'm looking for. There's no like check banish, so I'm assuming it got. Does it say banish? It just it just negate. So I guess it just gets deleted from the game for forever. Oh well. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I just give stuff Earth that way instead of having to like try to find the card in my attack deck, which as you've seen, I draw kind of bad. I heard some people say that 5-card Thagger deck is possible thanks to the mixed nation cards in Festival. 5-color Thagger, what? If you're saying that like, oh yeah, because now, I mean, you can do 5-color any deck because every nation has access to every other nation now because they finished the cycle. So I mean, you can do that with any deck theoretically. I don't think it's good, but you can. I'm gonna try to draw. Oof. Oh, hand's still bad. It says deals water damage, so this should still only give me 5. This should not be a throw. Okay, yeah, just give me 5. All right, cool. 15 and 5. Equalizer, okay. Yeah, normally I'll just pop the music to give things Earth, because I only ever... Oh, perfect. Perfect. I only ever need the Earth, like, very situationally. And it tends to work out, until it gets countered, and then you're like, uh-oh. But... tends to wind up pretty okay. Let's do this into that. You could go with this, or you could go with that. Or you could go with this, or you could go with that. Go with this. What are the chances you do 45 in a turn? Probably slim. Slim shady. I'll just expect it to be almost a mirror match. I mean, that's probably fine. This is a stat check. This does... Loma's dead. Not winning power, and I need to save this for another Crescectus, so let's just pop this now. Pop this now, and then pass there, so that way Crescectus low-key has to fight. I think that's fine. Having Earth will always give you an upside, or also let you possibly switch those Fire-Water cards for Earth cards to use better. Maybe. It's free to play. It's Portal to Param. Portaltoparam.com. But yeah, I might try it. We can deck build after this chat. We can try to throw in some earthy stuff. I low-key forgot about this guy, so I have a bit more Earth now. Now Vanguard, my Earth's like dying. I mean, Shocker. Specifically telling the Bush Hero to keep maintaining official tournament status. That's crazy. Porno, we're not gonna do stuff new players. Yeah. Just Google chaotic online game and play whatever one that you prefer to play. Dang, your stats are big. Oh well, he's 20 damage. That's pretty good. Is this a stat check? Oh, no, that's year what? 55. Man. Oh, and I'm drawing the bad hands. We're drawing the bad hands. Maybe I should have popped that instead, but oh well. I think we're losing this race. Added to 3-cost Earth Water attack. I don't think I have a 3-cost Earth Water attack. I'd be playing that if I did. Dude, the problem is my deck has too many freaking challenges. And I keep getting stuck with these butthole hands that don't do anything. So I just lose every race. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, we're dead. Loops. Yeah, I had to play... I'm playing in an incognito Chrome window. That's the only thing that worked for me. Stupefying Tidal to 15. I gotta see if I own that. I might. I might own that. You also have Earth Courage cards you can pair off really well with Riptides. I think so, yeah. What do we got? I think this chat. I think this game's washed. I think this game is washed. Oh yeah, I forgot the servers are full. You can't play this game. Your beater doesn't have wisdom. Half your deck has wisdom. Yeah, but my defender has all the wisdom. My defender has so much wisdom. It just got kind of waxed in the initial exchange. I mean, this is also kind of the thing that this was kind of the thing I was saying last night of like a lot of these decks are built around having sort of like boss monsters. Ooh. That does so much damage. Had me sweating there. Yeah, but then I goofed it all up. Vanguard is dead and most of its fan base is on denial Like when Electricity Primal are doing better than Vanguard. I don't think Primal is doing better than Vanguard. I think that's a crazy assessment. Is Universus doing better than Vanguard? I guess how do you quantify better? I feel like that's kind of crazy. I don't know if I'd agree with that. Yeah, Portal to Param doesn't work because the servers are capped. It actually is? How do you quantify that? I don't believe you. We'll come back to that, though. No, we can play about Chaotic. Chaotic does have this kind of issue where at the beginning of the game, like, the game's kind of built around boss monsters. This might be a little bit different with, Constructed because everyone's stats are high, but a lot of decks have these really big boss monsters. So a lot of games will just start with this big boss monster fight exchange. And whoever like wins that exchange, they kind of just their boss monster sweeps the rest of the game. It's probably, and again, it's probably different for different decks, but a lot of games I've played have been like both players have their strongest guy at the front. Both strongest guys fight. They burn their music, and then whatever strongest guy is left, they win the rest of the game. And that's kind of how a lot of it's been playing out. Can I not move him? I can only go forward, I guess. I guess I can only move forward. Okay, so I can only move Vidal if I want to. I don't really want to. He's kind of weak. A little weak. Yeah, Portal to Param, unfortunately, is full. I'm going to look at Primal after this, because that's crazy to say that it's doing better than Vanguard. We're going to figure that out. Rate this game 1 through 10. It's actually kind of tough. Chaotic is... Because here's my thing with Chaotic. I think the game is good. The game is cool. But it is a game that, like, okay, so what do we got here? Big Wisdom guy. Resonance looks kind of annoying. Has active, you may move, so it's music. You just didn't do anything. Small dude. 3451. Let's chip into... Does anyone have, like, courage I need to worry about? Really? The first act resolves if it's courage and wisdom are both higher than the opposing engaged creatures. He's not gonna be higher wisdom wise, so I won't get the resolve that effect. I should try to. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It'll trigger against this. So let's like, yeah, because Vic can only attack low. Yeah. Oh wait, my turn's still going. Oh, I never ended. Wait, what? I guess my turn's still happening. I guess I never ended my turn. My bad. Okay. Crazy? Yeah. He's pretty good. Okay. Oh, only US. Yeah, it's only US. Let me talk about Chaotic. So Chaotic I think is good. I like the game. But it is definitely a game where I like to activate my orb. Oh, my deck's empty, so I don't get my orb. Oh, that kind of sucks. Huh. Also, this game's such a bad website. I mean, it is what it is. So... you could attack, but that Mirage forces a creature who can reach it to move there. Oh! I missed the Mirage. Oh, that's probably what happened in a game I was playing 2 days ago, or the same thing happened, or I was trying to click around and, like, I couldn't do anything. Whoa! What did I just get? I got 20. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Zang. Oh, wow. So I really hard through that. Whoops. Didn't realize. Well, I lose. I lose. Is there anything I can do? No. Because my whole deck... Also, like, I need a better deck. I keep running into... I have so many wisdom challenges, and then everyone I fight against has more wisdom than me for some reason. So I just, like, insta-lose against those creatures. So that's big unfortunate. I don't know. This guy, I guess. Chaotic is good. It's just one of those games where, like, I think it is a game that is more... Like, it's more meant to be enjoyed as a hobby than 135. It does 135 crit. Then, like, a game... Where's the Discord invite? Because I gotta share this godforsaken website. What? Where's the Discord invite? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me finish my thought. It's a game that is, I feel like, much more meant to be enjoyed, like, as a check your battle gear. Oh, I understand now. Okay. Um, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to think of 9 things at once. Um, I'll get to Primal. I have many a complaint to make about Primal. I don't like that game. Um, Chaotic is good. Chaotic is fine. I think it is much better. It is very much meant to be enjoyed like as just a hobby. Then like I don't think you should go and like try to try hard Chaotic. Um, there's not like a lot of You like it for the cat candy? Shut up. Shut up. Yeah, I'd love to get away from challenges. I just don't have cards. Um, if I had the cards, I would not play the challenges. I think they suck. I just don't have enough attacks. Um, but it's play. I don't know. I can't think straight. Chaotic good. Just like if you're expecting like a really good interactive like or not interactive but like intricate game like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh, there's going to be a lot left to be desired. Um, because I would recommend Shadowverse. Shadowverse is fun. I mean, I'd play Magic before it, but like, if you just want to go, if you want something else to do at a BCS and BSF that isn't Vanguard, yeah, Shadowverse is awesome. I highly recommend it. Um, but yeah, there's not a lot of meat on the bones game wise when we're talking about Chaotic. The game is pretty much just like fine overall. Um, did I not? What did I missed something? I don't know. I'm not paying attention anymore. Um, there is not a lot of like meat on the bones gameplay wise. Like it is just like we're just kind of drawing attacks and seeing what happens. A lot of the game is played in the deck building like the deck building phase. I'm just gonna click. I can't talk and play at the same time. I'm just gonna click buttons. A lot of the game is like played in the deck building phase. You should always try to like what am I saying? Chaotic fine. Chaotic fine. If I had to rate it, 6 out of 10. Chaotic is fine. What was the other thing? Someone asked you something earlier that I kept wanting to go back to and I kept not doing it. That's fine. Oh, Keyforge. I have a video on Keyforge from a long time ago. It's like okay. It's very whatever. It's fine. I don't have like a dude. I straight up have I'm a goldfish right now. I'm trying to think of 9 things at once. Keyforge is like okay. I can't think of anything like fancy to say about it. Go if you dive really deep into my channel, there's a video on it. Just go watch the video. Just go watch the Keyforge video. Is this the Wisdomy one? Okay, this is the Wisdomy one. Yeah, go watch the Keyforge video. I have stuff to say about it there. But it's like okay. I'm too much of a deck builder and a limited Andy to really enjoy Keyforge. Right? And I know that like, they made a constructed format, but that was out of like pure not necessity but like obligation. I think the game is like fun enough. I think it's fine. It's cool, but I need a little more meat on the bones like deck building wise. Did I skip my turn? I skipped my turn again. I need there to be a little more going on deck building wise. But that's just me personally. I do. I have you can actually low key see it on my shelf. It's hard to see, but right here is a chaotic starter deck. I bought like 3 chaotic starter decks 3 years ago, 4 years ago, just to play the game for funsies. And it's fun. I like it a lot. I'm a big fan of a keyboard on my deck building too much. Yeah, right. Like I need deck, and I love limited. And I get that the whole game is supposed to like be limited, but it's not. It's just like it's sealed, and sealed is like whatever. I enjoy deck building too much. I guess I should say like my thing with chaotic is I think the game is like cool. Hold on, am I winning any challenge? I'm winning a power challenge. I can do this. I think the game. Oh, I don't really want to drop a mind strike, but I don't have another card that does damage. Can I tank a turn? Oh no, this will do one. All right, cool. Yeah. What? We do get the initiative. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is like the fight that we have to take. We might actually have it, chat. We might be kind of cooking. Plays more like a board game. Chaotic? Kinda. I don't know. I feel like Chaotic is only comparable to a board game in the sense that like the cards are like laid out on the table at the start of the game. I think otherwise like it plays like, I guess not. I don't know. You're kind of right. Can't compute it. It's just Magic. It's Hearthstone. It's paper Hearthstone, but like it's basically just Magic. Yeah, Chaotic is the thing with Chaotic is cool. The thing with Chaotic is it's cool. I like it as a hobby. Like I think it's gonna be really fun. It's really fun to like collect cards and like build decks and create strategies and build armies. Like the deck building is gonna be really good fun. But I feel like the gameplay leaves a little bit to be desired, and I don't think it's a game that like can really hold my attention for a long period of time. Like at some point, my brain is just going to see Chaotic and be, you just draw card, play card. I draw card, play card. I draw card, play card. You draw card, play card. Let me just do that. I think that's fun enough. But in order for me to play like 10 games of Chaotic in a row, I need a little more going on in the brain activity. I need to take a little more game actions and just go in card play. So that's not to call the game bad. It's just like it does different things for different people. And I think if Chaotic does stuff for you, you know, I think it's great. Play the game. You want to try using my talisman to bring back Hammer Doom, but the connection bugged and I auto disconnected and lost. That's tough. Dang, that's unfortunate. I don't even, what does that even mean? Talisman of the Mandibular, equip creature. If creature is Danian, it gains sacrifice, equip creature, return Mandibular to play space. Oh, awkward. That's tough. You need to be able to transform my chaotic creatures. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that happened. Good games though. Yeah. So I think chaotic is cool. It's just the gameplay for me leaves a little bit to be desired. I need a little more going on. Hammer Doom's Mandibular. Yeah, I figured. What's the Primal thing? Primal's popular on some places in my area solely because I do live in a Latino area, and Primal's a game made by Latinos, so yeah, take what I said earlier with a grain of salt. Oh, see, that makes way more sense. Because I haven't heard of a soul that actually plays Primal. Like, if we want to. If there's anyone that's, like, really itching to fight me, challenge me, and I'll play. But I'll pull up Primal really quick. Talking about Keyforge, you said it feels like a 4-way. Okay, I feel like Keyforge. Oh, I think Keyforge is a TCG in every single way except the fact that you don't build a deck, and in that way, it feels like a board game, which I guess is fair because like Exceed is a board game, and that game is also like, oh, whoops, I got it ready up. There we go. And in that way, right? So I think you're actually correct. That does make sense. Like. Yeah, no, those kind of click. I see what you're saying. TCGs kind of do necessitate deck building to be a TCG. Otherwise, they're just a board game because, well, A, how do you trade? You can't. You have to trade. I guess you trade entire decks, but like, does that really count? The game is bugged on Firefox with ad blocker. Dang, that's tough. What do I see in this image? I see a girl and a tiger. I don't know. It's a girl and a tiger. I don't know what you're talking about. It's alright, unless the ruling is, and I can't use the ability mid-combat, I wouldn't have been able to win even with 2 bigger damage attacks in my hand. You just had more health than one first. And right, that's a lot of game, like a lot of chaotic end game. Also, I think chaotic has really anticlimactic end games, where it is just like compare number, right? And sometimes like you have more energy and attack bigger. You got it, boss. Like it gets to like a little bit of a go fish moment. Again, like not like saying the game is bad, it's just not a gameplay style that like tickles my brain in the right way, you know. So chaotic is good. Maybe it doesn't quite tickle my fancy in the way that I want it to, but I think it's a fine like hobby to pick up, you know. I don't think I'd become like a chaotic TCG channel, but I'd play the game. I think it's good. I think you should try it. Always try it and see if you like it. If you like it, then play it. But yeah. That's good from the moment I positioned Rasmus ahead of a lore instead of funneling lore into Vidov. Yeah, probably. I don't know. probably. I guess that American Primal is dead. In America, Primal never even like got off the ground. I don't think it was ever alive in the start. Mill decks are the best win condition. Too bad you can't mill in chaotic, but I do like mill. I think mill's really cool. Interest. Okay, yeah, I see what you did there. It's only distributed in America, which is hilarious. Yeah, right. That is actually kind of shocker that like it is popular in Latin America, because it's like, no one plays it here. All your overworld healing is, dude. I have so much healing, man. I have so much healing. Okay, chaotic face tattoo is crazy. Yeah, I just get to go. Oh, I'm in danger. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Heal 15. Like it's kind of nuts. And I'm sure I could get even more healing. What are my earth attacks again that I have that I could play? What is this? 50 less deals. Oh, it's the earth version of the water card. I don't know. Oh, it's the reckless thing. And then I have the lose. I don't think, do I have the gain? I'll have to check. I might not have the gain. I have the fire gain. That's not very good. What's this? Opposing engaged creature's air. Okay, so that's like a tech thing. 50. Oh, I do have the earth thing. Okay, it's a stat check courage. Which I could maybe hit. Yeah, the orangey one. So stat check courage to get earth isn't bad. Let me hit the water deck. So we do hit it on the things that need to get earth. So we could play that. That wouldn't be bad. Like, I'd love to lose a lot of these challenge cards. I think I can play more one-pointers, too. Yeah, they all got the courage. The reason I said it'd have to be better to fight Vidal, lore. I could have been able to leave lore on the board and the talisman flip back and sacrifice. Oh, that makes more sense. The art in Chaotic is really cool. I really like the art of Chaotic. It's really good. The art is very solid. I don't think I've ever resolved. Shockingly, I've never had that like enough courage to resolve Shadow Strike. I've resolved the power one actually way more, and also the wisdom one I've failed a ton. So like, the problem is that's gonna be a one. Do I have the points, or did I do the math right last time? Improves the hold the revive. It should. Yeah, next looking a Blom deck could be chill. Cut Flash Warp now. Your best stats are Courage and Wisdom. You're not an underworld deck. Power isn't your best Flash Warp. Oh, dude, you'd be shocked how many times I've resolved Flash Warp. Bye. The only reason it's in here, I think I've resolved Flash Warp more than I've resolved Shadow Strike. It sounds crazy, but I think maybe I just always draw it when I have Relum, and Relum just beats stuff with power. I don't know. I think it might just be like a really weird situational thing that keeps happening. Well, granted, now that I have Victar, the Courage one makes more sense, sort of. But like, I mean, I think it might just be a situational thing of like, every time I draw this, I am fighting with Relum and I've been able to resolve it, but I'd like to cut both. Can't stop playing. There's so many strategies you can do. Yeah, I think there's a lot of decks you can build. I think the deck building is really fun. So I really like that aspect to it. Maybe we do put the Shadow Strikes in and cut the Flash Warp, but I don't know. I feel like I get hosed on this a lot. So yeah, this is a one-pointer. I think, does this put me, oh, whoops. Okay, so I could play that. I do have spare point. Or no, I don't. I have 22. Okay, I did do the math right, and I have exactly enough points. Okay. Doesn't have anime art? Yeah. With Riptide, you also lower. I do like Riptide a lot. Yeah, Riptide plus the Courage thing. So, I need to make some cuts, because my 0-pointers are bad. Okay. I keep whiffing this. Things keep having bigger wisdom than I want them to. So I think I cut this. Torn of Flame better than over 2-point cards. Yeah, my 2-point cards are bad. And also just being able to draw something that just says Water 10. I'm like, every time I see this card, I'm very happy. Then when I see like, I guess this is technically the same. Now that I think about it, because if it's Water 5 and 5, that still counts. We should get this out of here. I think maybe now I have better 2-pointers. But before, Torrent of Flame was kind of as good as it got. So I don't know. Is this tech good? Is this good? Is this good? Fear Fight? Yeah, Fear Fight is good. I've whiffed Stupefying Tide so much that maybe Fear Fight's better. The problem is I want to play water, man. I want to play water. What are the odds we run into an opposing creature with less than 50 courage? I know all my courage is over 50. Maybe that's an overworld thing. Squeeze play for deck thinning? I guess squeeze play is pretty good. Now that we have better cards, too, it's a lot more useful. How do I keep up with so many card games? I have a neurological disease. Honestly, I don't know. I think what it is it's not like, I don't, like, attempt to keep up with card games. I think my brain is just broken. And it just has this inherent need to keep up with card games. So I just do it out of nature more than a desire, if that makes sense. Better solely because Riptide combos into it? Yeah, but, like... No, you're right. You're right. I just have to draw that sequence. I get nervous in this game about drawing, like, playing, like, cards that comboed together specifically, because I know I'm going to whiff it. But maybe I'll play it, because I did just unlock this card, so maybe we do try it. But we'll see. Dude, I thought it was too, but I've, like, bricked so many wisdom challenges, it's not even funny. And I've had, like, 75 or 80 wisdom, and it's still not hit. So I'm just cutting any wisdom. Any challenge 15 card, I think I'm just cutting automatically, because it's so hard to hit those. This can also maybe go. I think it's cute, but it's not good. Like, challenge 15 sucks. I'd rather do, I mean, this might come, I don't know. I'd rather maybe... Early sets mostly wisdom. Yeah, but I've like whiffed every challenge. Most focus, but then you got other outliers. You gotta try and fine. Okay, yeah. Design a question. How to get my eyes to work and not overthink all decisions about my own TCG design. I mean, resources. I do everything in Canva. I do everything in Canva. Your only wisdom creature is Victar. Loma is at 55 is at 70. Loma's like 70 wisdom. This guy's like 60 plus this is 80. This guy's 85 or 75. I have 75 wisdom and 70 wisdom. I got big wisdom. But I still be whiffing it. So I guess we go put in the Arbor Smashes to get Earth to be able to hit this. I think this card rules. The servers are 2-4 right now. Mega Roar? What's Mega Roar? Oh, yeah. Especially now that I have Victar. This actually hits for 20. But it's a 4-pointer. I don't have that many. I don't think I have enough points. Like, my zeros are already really bad. Vidal, so we can do 15 with Mind Strike. Maybe. I feel like, but if Vidal's fighting, I just lose. I don't need him. I don't need Vidal to fight good. I think if Vidal... Oh, I forgot to do the Liar. I think... Oh, wait, no, I can never do the Liar. I think if Vidal is fighting, we're already losing the game. Yeah, right? I like Mind Strike. Mind Strike's really good. Sorry. Chat's going crazy. Gameplay-wise, your resources are friendly and beloved. Oh, your resource system. I see what you're saying. Got a new Vanguard channel, and he mentioned... Your channel. Oh, someone knows me? That's crazy. I should start beef. No, I'm kidding. Dude, there's so many new Vanguard channels popping up. It's kind of wild. Hold on, I gotta scroll up for this question. So the way to get your butt to work and not overthink your decisions is just make the game. Like, just literally just put brain to ink, just make it, print it, and then play it, and then you'll be able to like develop it from there. But like, it's all it is about just putting the thing on the page and then going from there. If you just sit in the the Photoshop thing or the Canva page for 8 years, you'll never get anywhere. So just put all of the bad ideas on the card and then figure it out later. Like, that's the best way to do it. Resources is probably the biggest thing you have to think about at the beginning. I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, you can go 8,000 directions. There's not like, do lands. I would say try to and do something different than land. Try to do something new with resources. But like, there's no like concrete, like, you have to like do this resource. Whatever resource you enjoy. Do whatever resource you enjoy the most. That's the best thing. Whatever resource you like, I love this resource system from this game. Just do that. Just do that. Did I miss the reason not using squeeze play? Well, at first I didn't have the points, and I had a lot, and my deck was all bad cards. So when my deck was bad cards, I took it out because filtering for bad cards was bad. But now that we have good cards, this can probably go back in. But yeah. The Mega Roar. Yeah, right. Mega Roar, it's too many points. I don't get like, I need to be able to get the 4 points of value out of it to put it in the deck. Right? Who says you need to run 2 copies though? I mean, I guess, but I don't think the 4 points is worth. Playing a 1-of to try to hit it in one specific battle, I don't think is a good idea. At least for me. It's not an idea I prefer. Right? That's the problem, because I feel like resources are kind of tapped out medium after Flesh and Blood. No, they're not a tapped out medium because, well, think about it, right? Flesh and Blood is the only one that's been able to innovate them in years. Everyone just goes, I want to do lands, right? I would start with that. If you want to give your brain a challenge, try to innovate on resources. If I made a card game, everyone's starting a resource pool, it would depend on how many haymakers they can take to the face, okay? But yeah. And remember, resource doesn't have to refer to just mana cost. You can even do something like chaotic, of like, do a point system. And just make your higher rarity cards cost more points so people can't jam their decks full of super rares and they're forced to play commons to like just to balance it out. You can get a lot more creative deck building that way. Honestly, if I had to say, if I was going to suggest stealing a resource system, steal build points. Do like 40 card deck and you have a budget of 40 points. Commons are 0, uncommons are 1, rares are 2, and super rares are 3. I'd start there. You can go a lot of places with that. All right, we got to find some good zeros first. Before we start putting stuff in, I think we got to find a good zero. Realm can get over 75 on courage with support, and the one with staff and wisdom also clears 75. Yeah, but then it just does 10. Flat 10 damage for a build cost of 4. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis stole that from this. But also, yeah, Genesis points are cool. Genesis points are a little over-engineered. I wouldn't go that far. I'd make it more of a flat point system. But you're also starting from 0, so, like, you can get away with it. Do I have Muge's Edge? Probably not. Muge's Edge. No, I don't think so. Oh, I can play this. I think we just play like stat checks as our zeros. Maybe we do like liquefying swirl and hydro balls. Maybe. The negative cards? No, you just do zeros. Search bar between the cards and card types? Yeah, but like I don't have that many cards. I can just scroll. I only have this many. I just have like a deck, and I have a starter deck and some stuff. Right. Personally, love to make it closer to Hearthstone point system personally, but with resources to slow down play, to circle by testing. I mean, that's fine, right? If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I say go for it. New here and all, but I was making a game, and what I did was I came up with my mechanic ideas, then add a resource method that felt complicated. Yeah, you can do that too. There's no like correct place to start, right? You can start wherever you want. But like, I shouldn't say that. Start with the skeleton. Start with your core rules. Start with like your win condition, how you play your cards, right? Texas, it's Canadian. They still wait. I mean, it might be specifically from Texas Highlander, but like the only Highlander people play is Canadian Highlander. I run something like my dating from on staff wisdom. Of courage would deal 20. Maybe. What's my favorite food? Rice. I like rice. Rex and Hydro Balls, yeah. I'm just worried that what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get my hand. Well, I guess I can hold it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play Hydro Balls and let's play Liquid Essence Swirl. What are our points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, 18? I can play a 2-pointer. I can play some more 1-pointers. We can go. Let's cut this for Squeeze Play. And then we can try to like find our combos. Would have never guessed Rice. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't think anyone would either, but I love Rice. Big Rice guy. Big Rice guy. Yeah, Canadian Highlander. Because they have 10 points. Canadian Highlander's sick. That's such a good format. Fired ricer? If you mean fried rice, absolutely. I love all kinds of rice. Big rice guy. Okay, I think this is fine for our deck. Seems okay enough. Yeah, I think I'm chill with this. We're probably winning courage challenges more than we're winning wisdom challenges. Playing enough water that I'm satisfied. Playing more stat checks than challenges, which is good. I think this is better. This looks a lot better. Pretty good? Yeah. This looks a lot better. I think the rest of this is all fine. You're already big enough. Yeah, you're good. Ricer means JDM as well. What's JDM? I have all these in my underworld. Okay, bet. Save that. All right, who wanted to fight? Who wants to play against the new deck? And I'll play like one, maybe more. What? I'll play one, maybe 2 more duels, and then we'll go check out I want to talk about Primal, because I guess that is topical too with how I've been talking about Naruto. But we'll check out the website. Use water attack. I don't think I have that, but that sounds a little wacky. What if I wasn't at work? Sorry, that's tough, man. I'm sorry about that. Work sucks. Work freaking sucks. Yeah, we'll take a look at Primal. Favorite drink? The login loop is the real challenge. I guess like. No, I like a lot of beverages. I'm a big like green tea guy. I like green tea a lot. What else? I like iced coffee. Iced coffee, very good. I would say like green tea, iced coffee are probably my 2 favorite drinks. Yeah. Degenerate? I don't have a degenerate. Right, so there's someone who runs their car with cheap car mods and makes the car culture look bad. I don't even know anything about cars, so you know. You know. Degenerate. Yeah, I don't have degenerate. Unfortunately. No. 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 And no. And that's the starter deck. Nope. Basically, bone stock on a lot of engine. Unpredictable drinks. Let's go. Never let them know your next move. Never let them know your next move. That's how we gotta keep it, chat. You gotta keep it pushing. All right, let's take a look at Primal. Chat. Let's take a look at Primal. Some people asked about it earlier. If no one, I mean, I don't care. I'll play whatever, dog. We just changed the deck. It can't be that much of a mirror. I'll play whoever. I don't know. Last Thursday, people were like begging to do viewer duels. So I said, I don't have time for that right now. I guess I'll do them Monday. Come Monday, and we'll viewer duel. So whoever was here Thursday and wanted the viewer duel, they better be here right now, because right now is the viewer duels. But like, if people don't want to play, I don't care. I'm not like begging to play Chaotic, man. I think Chaotic is like fine. I think Chaotic is like okay. I'm definitely not. Oh, frick! How did I forget about Baja Blast? No, that's the answer. That's what I was trying to think of. I knew I was missing something. No, it's Baja Blast. You're so right. I totally forgot. Tuesday and Thursday? Okay, valid. How could I do my goat like that? Frick, no, it is Baja Blast. Dude, I freaking love Baja Blast, man. I love Baja Blast. That is the goat. The goat. I just haven't had it in a while. Yeah, I forgot. That's the goat. Shoot. I totally, yeah, no. I'm sorry, Baja Blast. Please forgive me. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean to do you dirty like that. Functionality Primal has a come back to top button hidden in their ads for archetypes in the bottom. Huh. Chess boxing? If you're asking me if I've ever chess boxed, the answer is no. I have not chess boxed. Alright. It is the best thing Taco Bell has ever made. It's like the greatest beverage on the face of the earth. There is no beating the Baja Blast. No, I mean watched. Oh, yeah, I've watched chess boxing. It's cool. I was in loves Baja Blast, as he should. As he should. All right, so the first way, earlier, hey, look, it's me. Earlier, it was said that Primal is more popular than Vanguard. And it might be in your scene. I'm honestly jealous of your local scene. I'd much rather Primal be popular than Vanguard. But a good way to litmus test, like, if a game, like, how popular a game is, okay, that's whack. How popular a game is, you go on YouTube and you type in the game in the search bar and you see who's making content on it. All right, we have the how to play. Fair enough. Not on YouTube. I use it on everything else, but not YouTube. I think I'm just too used to it. Since I've been watching YouTube since I was in like elementary school, I'm too used to it being white. If I change it now, it just looks wrong. I think it's dark mode on my phone though. Yeah. I have a dark mode on my phone. But something about it, just like this is just right. This is correct. But if you go to like Twitter, I have my Twitter on dark mode. Like Twitter's gotta be on dark mode. But YouTube gotta be light mode. There's just something about it. It's just YouTube light mode is just like proper to me. I don't know. It just feels right. It just feels correct. I'm sure if someone hasn't gotten a face tattoo based on the game, can you say it's popular? Alright, I mean, I don't think you need to get a face tattoo to say something is popular. Are we friends? We are friends. I mean, I'll challenge. It says you're an underworlder. It says you're an underworlder. Dog. Alright. We'll see if you accept that, we'll play. So we see what kind of content is on YouTube, right? There is the how to play. There is the card game crypt video, which is like an actual video about the game, but it's just talking about the game, not someone actually plays the game. And then we got how to play from 3 months ago. Wait, no, that's a different game. So we have a just different game. A live streamed Flesh and Blood video. One of their shorts, MCO40 talking about the game, more crypt, a box opening, and then we're in the shorts, and then it's just into random stuff. Okay, oh wait, no, that's their channel, a how to play from 2 years ago, it's their channel, and now we're in TCG Sludge. So no one is making content about this game, and that's kind of one of the ways you can tell that it's not super popular. Just like broadly. Yeah, I have not seen many Underworld decks either. Not really, at least. But, Because no one's playing the Underworld. Dude, MCole is one of those eternal YouTubers. He'll never go away. MCole40 will always be around. There's nothing like a Van Cole 40 deck profile, bro. Video game of all time? Ooh, video game. Oh, Lord. Do I have one? I don't know if I really have one. At least not off the top of the dome. I've been really enjoying the Final Fantasy VII Remake games, but it's only because I've never played the original games. Those have been really, really, really fun. I love Expedition 33. I'm trying to think of, like, formative games. It would have to be either, like, Expedition 33, maybe Persona 5, or Spider-Man Friend or Foe. It would have to be that. It probably is either Expedition 33 or Spider-Man Friend or Foe. Those are the two. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw MK40 make a video on Primal. Well, here it is. If you want to go watch it, it's from 4 months ago, so. Looks like Buddy Phone Kid Blades will get their challenges in. I mean, yeah, if they want to fight. Oh, for a match if you got time. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I got a lot. Oh, there we go. Accepted. Whoever sent me that, you got it. Water is good to go. Lock it in. Lamau. Hey, we fight. We're fighting Sora. Bring it on, son. But yeah. Oh, wait, I didn't swap the things. Guys, I'm so good at this. There we go. Hey, look at that. It's chaotic. Whoa. Chaotic. No way. I hit the wrong button. Give me a second. There we go. How to move chat. Gotta hit that. This is the worst part about the game, though. It doesn't tell me who is being attacked. So, I'll accept the friend request in, like, after this game. Keep it with Arabiad. I'll read it later. Persona 5 is amazing. Yeah, right. And that game was good, but I accidentally, like, beat it in a week, and that was not a smart idea. So hard. Dude, all the Yu-Gi-Oh games are so hard for some reason. I don't know why. Gotta go to sleep. My question's answered. Bother you on July 1st if there is no stream, because I am not skipping that one day. Fair enough. I respect it. Have a good night. Sleep well. But we have the Mind Strike, so we do want to defend this. Oh! Not Victor. Oh, no. Okay, block that. Hit with the Mind Strike. Today. Yeah, we'll talk about it after we finish the viewer duels, we'll talk about Primal. Oh, my courage. No. My courage. Oh wait, that actually sucks, because now I can't Arbor Smash. Well, that's unfortunate. And that's a challenge courage. And it's just, oh, he's 100. Oh, Lord. He's huge. Chat, I think Loma's cooked. I think we're just trying to, like, sculpt the hand for later. There's no way. Well, I mean, maybe. It depends on, like... Because if he can't deal enough damage... Oh, my gosh. We actually just got outed by River or whatever. That actually low-key turned our deck off. Guys, this is what I'm talking about, right? When we're talking about, like, deck building for Chaotic, it's like... Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that, like, we could play. But... I guarantee you I will run into the counter matchup instantly. It happens every time. I think we can win this, though. Not him because of the Mudbone. No, we just do Spectral because it's like 40 damage or something. It does a gajillion damage. You're less. That's not going to come up. Now our hands look at low-key bricked. You're at 16. No, why do you have these stupid odd numbers? Fart. I mean, we're not going to need to gain Earth next turn, so we can toss this now. Freaking 16. Oh. Huh. That's a good one. Hands already hurt keeping up with the... Oh, that's fair. Yeah, Chaotic is not a game you really need to skip. When you used the Purified Mud earlier... I can't gain Hymn of Earth? What? Wait, what did I use? What's him? Wait. Not him for Earth. What? Him for Earth? And get the mud bonus for Earth water? Is that when you said spectating doesn't show battle gear? It's not a chaotic thing. The odd numbers are. Yeah, I know. It's just tough seeing it. You dropped your courage so you didn't get it? Yeah, I know. Oh, what am I music? Oh, him of the elements. Because I thought I didn't want to burn it. I keep forgetting. Chaotic, the other thing too is every time I think I think it's smarter to save my music. It's never, you should always just burn it. It's actually always better to burn it. Maybe I should have burned it. I don't know. I was expecting Armageddon. What do you want to do here? Hold on, chat. I gotta think. So Armageddon's gonna hit me for what, 30? 30. I mean, we can tank it. And it is kind of worth killing Victar and keeping Loma alive. Yeah, we probably should have. Again, it's one of those things where I'm like, I should save it for later. I shouldn't save it for later. You're correct. I keep wanting to play too conservative with my cards, and I shouldn't be doing that. It's never good. Okay, so we're gonna go Armageddon. Respond to Armageddon with we're gonna cast 9 Mujiks here. So we're gonna go this heal, Loma on Loma. We're gonna go this Loma on Loma to get Earth, which is a little late now, but it'll still work. You got decent enough cards? Yeah. It's not that I forget that I have it. It's that I keep thinking I need to save it for a Realm turn, but I have the Earth cards now. It's me muscle memorying old play patterns because I'm too focused on yapping with chat. Yeah, I'm just I keep muscle memorying really old play patterns. I didn't even look at his board at all. I have no idea what any of these cards do, but it's whatever. What does this do? Target attack deals 5 damage. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so did I do that all right? I'm at 30. This, 15. Okay, and then we went to Vidov. Loma. Now we should be good. I am streaming tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to play Chaotic tomorrow, but I'm going to do I'll play the game. I'll stream tomorrow. Oh, sorry, I'm reading while I'm talking. I'll probably stream. I don't know if I'll play Chaotic tomorrow, but I'll stream. If you lose, let me use 3 Miji counters anyway, which is the most you got to use, and you shouldn't use Vidovs. Yeah, right. That's what I keep thinking oh, I should be holding my stuff for later to capitalize on effects or whatever. But I keep forgetting it is way better to just burn it early. You should stream every day. I can't stream every day. I'd love to stream every day, but I can't stream every day. As fun as it would be. Counter. But no, that is my bad. I keep forgetting that you're supposed to burn stuff. It's my magic muscle memory of conserving your resources for later kicking in when it's actually no, it is way better to try to blow people up as soon as you can to sort of get ahead. Not even ahead, but I don't even know. This game's weird. It is a little weird. Stream every hour. But no, I definitely can't stream every day. That's fine. Okay. What? 0? I would never do mukbangs. Considering resources are dorks, it's also bad. Wait. Base damage 0, plus 5 water, plus 5 earth, plus 5 from Loma, equals 5. Am I crazy? Wait. No? He used Airbed's ability to drop damage to 5. Oh! Oh, I thought I thought it was saying target attack deals like 5 additional damage. It's changing the attack to deal 5 damage instead. My bad. I don't know why I thought. I read it like target attack like adds 5 damage to the attack. Oh, that makes so much more sense. That makes so much more sense. This is gonna kill me. Oh, that makes so much more sense. I'm gonna lose. I've already thrown the game. Oh, chat, we gotta not play new games on stream. I am so bad. Holy crap. That's how you warn. Okay, so I understand how that works now. That makes way more sense. I think you have to switch from thinking like a Magic player to thinking like a Pokemon player. No, that doesn't make any sense. Never mind. Okay, I gotta play the game and not read chat. Oh, I'm bad at this. Okay. This is... Oh, this is not bugged. I was gonna say... No, Earth, Water, deal 5. So this should still be lethal and heal me. In theory. Yeah, once per turn. Yeah, so we're good. Yeah, he's only got... I think he's using once more. Do 5, heal 5. Yeah. You do 5, heal 5? I should be doing 10, because I have Earth now. I have Earth. So I should do 10. I don't know. We'll see. Well, let's just see what happens. You know, this is the fun. Let's just play the card, see what happens. Felton's Foundation, this and Lily shut up because of the several cards, Marillion Invasions. Okay, yeah. You don't have fire. I don't need... Why do I need fire for? No. Check it out. More easily infect, use magic counters to infect creatures, have magic counter uninfect creatures. Yeah. 20? I mean, nothing I can do about that. I think, yeah, I spent my resources bad, and then we're just going to get counter resource spammed and lose off of that. This is going to be exactly 10, yeah. And I'm out of stuff. I'm out of stuff? I should be out of stuff. I'm not out of stuff. Won't count water for water 5, but it should still be lethal because it has 5 from the earth, and then the text on it says earth, water, deal 5 and heal 5. So that should be 10 dealt, and that's what we needed was the 10 dealt. Did I die? What happened? How'd I die? Wait, what? What did I miss? Chat, I was looking at chat. I didn't see the screen. What just happened? Wait. Rust toxic? Oh, I got refrainer denied. I see. Okay, guy. I missed that part. I was like, what just happened? Yeah, chat, I think I might be washed. That did not go well at all. Oh, Lord. Okay. This is where we die to just the kitted out boss monster. This is the boss monster thing I was talking about earlier, where you just get kind of wrecked. And it's one of those things where it's not even worth, like, trying to swing into, like, other guys, because since you, like, heal at the end of every fight, you have to deal with this eventually. So, like, even if, like we saw with the earlier name, even if we kill all 5 of these dudes, you still have to deal with Victar eventually. I don't know. It's just weird. Because your name is still coming up. Oh. Yeah. So you don't have the water gainer. We lose wow, none of our cards work. Okay. Cool. I told you, chat. Every time I build a deck in this stupid game, I go and I play, and I pair into somebody, and I read my cards, and I go, oh, none of my cards work. Is too OP. I wouldn't call it OP. It just, like, makes the game play in a specific way. It does mean, though, like, yeah, if your opponent has, like, the only problem is, yeah, is if your opponent has one guy that you can't out, you will lose the entire game to that one guy. So that can be kind of Akko-Taco. Prosectus, Victar, and Loma are creatures that consider your boss monsters. Your Victar with Rasnus? Yeah. Right, if your guy just has bigger stats. Disadvantage though because you're playing with someone essentially the same deck but with better support cards. You start on the back end. Yeah, like I guess what I'm trying to say is like chaotic does not. Oh wait, I don't have the wisdom for this. Oh well, I think we're chopped. Sculpting your formation to pick more favorable engagements. I guess. Just use Exodia forehead. Okay. TV show chaotic battles more balanced. No skill number. Yeah. Some stuff on the website. Real. Okay. I've not played chaotic recode. Okay, so I kind of cooked myself there on accident. I forgot that didn't have the wisdom. I forgot. I'm not reading my cards. This is also a bad game for me to play on the stream. Because I go and answer chat questions and I don't look at the game and I throw. And chaotic is a game too where like if you throw you die. Like the second you like lose a bad fight, the game is just over. The chaotic has no actual comeback mechanic. The only comeback mechanic in chaotic is sticking your best guy in the back line, which I don't know why you would really do that when you can just start with him at the front to start smashing. I had to take none of the matchup of Razzus and Victor and managed to win because Razzus' higher wisdom preventing Victor from blanking my first attack. Yeah, right. You just beat things with bigger stat number. Expecting to show battle gear at all? I mean, I don't know. I can show it to you. I don't even read the battle gear. I'm not gonna lie. Next work goes Hulk. Yeah, right. Like you can just win with bigger stat number because of how like a lot of the attacks work. Is you can just turn off people's stats. Foresight thing with this guy. Okay, I now actually have the wisdom to resolve the Hydro Ball, so we can stack this on top, which seems fine enough. Underworld. Okay, that doesn't matter. Depends. Some armies depend on backlines to function. So if you sacrifice creatures to get there, you can mess up strategies. That's all you need is a luck fight. That doesn't excite me. That's not the word I ever want to hear. Is sometimes you just need a lucky fight. But yeah, I'm saying like, wait, depends on armies on back. Yeah, I know like a lot of people put like crazy broken wizards in the back line. I've seen that before. Oh, Tubble are cooked. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw cards. This fight's already kind of washed. Yeah. And like sometimes, yeah, you just draw like your super attacks, and then sometimes you saw last game where I just played 3-0 damage attacks in a row. Like it really just be like that sometimes. There. Okay. What is this? Go on the bottom. Oh, I only have one card in deck. That doesn't do anything for me. You have a great night too. Good night. Goodbye. Good night. I hope you have a good one. Courage is big. I can gain water. I have water though. It's just that checks. That'll actually deal damage. I completely forgot what I was saying. I don't know. I'm sure it also helps that like once once I have like an actual card pool, or you can build like better strategies where like the one downside to Portal to Param is you have to just play with what you get at the start. So a lot of times your decks are going to be bad just because they are bad, and there's not a lot you can do about it. That gives you all elements for a fight. I want that card. That could be chill. So you're going to get into a lot of fights where it's like they just have a stat spread that just turns your cards off. And then sometimes you'll just draw into a hand of those cards and you're like, oh well, whoops, I guess. So I'm sure that's something that improves once you can play constructed with more cards in with like more specific strategies, right? What's the best way to learn to play the game? I mean, watch a video on YouTube or go play online. That's pretty much it. But I would say like one of the online games has like an easy enough tutorial. You can't really get into this website though. You have to find a different one. Either Recode or Rewind, I think both work. You're talking about the game's inherent flaws. Sometimes you just draw your good attacks with your opponent has bad ones and get screwed. Yeah. It is very, I don't know if I want to say random. But I was saying this a while ago when I first played Chaotic, and I was like, a lot of Chaotic is like the actual, like there's not a lot of actual Recode's not beginner friendly. Never mind, don't do that. Do the other one. There isn't like a large amount of depth to like the gameplay. A lot of the actual strategy and stuff is on the deck building phase. And the deck building is all developing your army and your deck strategy and like your plan for the game. And then playing the game is more so just executing that strategy. There's not a whole lot you do in the game. Obviously, you have to not just completely throw the game like I like to do. You have to not super misplay, but you don't. Oh, okay, that's cool. Sometimes that happens, and you're like, I'm doing good, and then you just get nuked. Like, oh, never mind. I think we actually just lose the fight. Because I have all my low attack cards in my hand, and we just got bombed for 30. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, and then we top deck our good card. Which, is it lethal? I don't know. Multiple element cards? Yeah, probably. Oh, never mind. That just owns us. And then, like, when you actually play the game, I'm so confused. It can't be that easy to break when you only have 20 cards in your attack deck. What do you mean easy to break? I think I missed something earlier. I don't know what you're talking about. A lot of the gameplay is actually just like executing the strategy, which means a lot of it is just like, because a lot of it is you get into the battle, and then once you're at the point where like you both burned Music, you're just like, all right, hope I draw my good cards off the top. It's almost like an auto battler in that way, of like, yeah, you do have to make decisions about like which attacks you're playing and like when you spend your Music and who you're attacking, even though 90% of the time it's correct to just blow all your Music as soon as possible. There are some decisions, but a lot of it is most like an auto battler where you're just kind of like watching the strategy you created play out. And if you don't really have a game plan going in, it's a lot of just like, well, I hope I draw the one good card in my attack deck. And if you don't, you go, oh, well, I guess I die. Like, you don't have a super huge amount of in-game agency. Sure, it improves when you actually play the game, but are you becoming a Daedalus main in Yugs? Maybe. If I can play it in Genesis, I'll play it. I'll build a Genesis deck with it when it comes out. Maybe. We'll see. I don't play enough Yugs. Really hoping that the new one will keep the interesting deep deck building while still making the momentum on gameplay interesting. I mean, I'm sure it'll keep the interesting deck. It'll keep the deck building. I don't know what you can do for the gameplay, really. But I think that's another thing that I don't really like is that, like, the more I think about it, it's like, yeah, no, you are just supposed to just burn all your Music at the start, which feels kind of bad. Like, I was literally thinking about this when I got home from work. I was, like, walking into my house, and I was, like, thinking to myself, like, yeah, like, in the game, what was I playing? I was playing a game 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, and, I was thinking, like, do I forget what it was. And it's like, I have my Music that burns for 10, right? And it's like, if I use this, I think do I use this to try to close out this fight, or do I try to save it for later? And if you're against your opponent's, like, one of their big monsters, one of their, like, threats, it's like when you think, like, is it better to try to burn it now and try to kill the threat now, or do I save it for later? Well, all saving it for later does is you have to take another full fight against that boss. And let's say in this fight, you found, like, 2 of your good attack cards, right? Like, I played Crosectus, and I found 2 Rust Toxic, and I hit for 20. I played both those and hit for 40, right? What are the odds that there's, like, not only do I have to try to end up in this exact position again from the start, because you have to take another full health fight, but what are the odds I end up in a situation somehow better than top decking 2 of my good attack cards, right? there's almost no world where saving your music is better, because it's like putting yourself at the bottom of the hill and then being like, all right, well, if I make it to the top of the hill again, then I can play the music. And it's like, why would you try to make it to the top of the hill again? Just go over the hump now. So like the only music you can even justify saving is like the negate music. But even then, if your opponent is playing their music to win the first fight, it's more imperative that you spend your music to stop them from doing that. So you can just trade the music counter 1 for 1 and try to secure the first fight. So a lot of chaotic is like the first fight matters the most, and it is whoever can drain their opponent's music more efficiently, right? If you end the first fight with more tools in your belt than your opponent, you have a gigantic advantage going into the rest of the game. And then the rest of the game just kind of like plays out. It doesn't feel like there's much more you can really do past that first interaction, right? Because that's when you have all your tools at your disposal. Because the only thing you really have control over that you can like use wisely is your music. All the attacks are just like, hope I drew the one I want off the top. There's like some sculpting you can do, but the more I deck build, the more it feels like, no, you just fire off the good ones when you can. When my deck was bad, there was more sculpting I had to do, but now it's like, it's more of a moot point. So really, it's all about how you spend your music, and you are extremely incentivized to just spend your music at the start. Waiting for something more critical before using my Refrain of Denial, but I should have waited for the Geoflourish. That might have saved, but maybe I'm coping because you lost water. But yeah, it's one of those things of like, there's a strong chance that getting water back wins me the game, or wins me that fight, because all my attacks work now. By Refrain of Denying the water thing, half my my hand just like doesn't work anymore, and I just like don't deal damage. But yeah, I also have like some personal anecdotes that make me not like the game that are purely for me, and just my luck of like every time I boot into a game, I seem to always run into a creature, and I look at my hand and go, oh, none of my attacks work anymore. That was our first. Yeah, right. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think you do need to try to win that first fight, right? I think winning that first fight is like omega important. And also, like, if you see me trying to give Loma water back, that tells you that I really need that water. Like, the water is important enough to try to regain. That seems like a perfectly fine thing to Refrain of Denial, to now make me to just trade the 1-for-1 music counter on something that I seemingly needed. I mean, maybe there's a world where I try to bait out Refrain of Denial by giving the water back, and like you fall for, I don't know. Like, there's maybe a little bit of mind games there, but like my music is too bad to like attempt to do that, to even try to do that. Half my music is useless. So there is that, but Geoflourish was the one that came in a later fight. It did. I mean, I guess that's the thing. What mattered more? You maybe winning that last fight, or winning that first fight, and or like losing that first, or sorry, what am I saying? The alternative is, right, you save it for the Geoflourish, but if you do that, there's a pretty strong chance I win the first fight, and then the entire game plays out completely differently, and you never actually make it to that Geoflourish scenario. You know what I mean? It's one, like, that's, like, I keep thinking about this too. I'm like, oh, maybe I should hold my music for this. And it's like, no, if I held my music, I'd actually be in a way worse scenario, because I would have lost that fight and been way further behind, and probably would have never been in this spot to begin with. But I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to. I can never tell. All I know is I always get punished for holding it. I've only ever been punished for holding it. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But the one part about chaotic is the hindsight thinking is a little hard, because like if you're like, oh, maybe I should have changed this play at the start of the game, that could drastically change like the entire thing, you know? And it's like you might not have ever ended up in that Geoflourish spot at all if you didn't win the first fight. Resource management, it's like not even resource management. It's almost like it's like a Magic the Gathering counter war at the start of the game. Like, you're not really like you're not really managing any resources. You're just trying to like win a value trade. I did it because I wanted to press you early without you going against someone made me realize I just needed to drain as many of your resources as I could. Yeah, no, I think that's correct. I think that's what you do. And then what happens is like both player so doing only 2 counter spells. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's all about just trying to be the last person. Like a counter war in Magic is you want to be the last person to cast the counter, and you're sequencing it all around that, right? And like Chaotic is the same thing. You want to be like the last person to answer their music. Wait, no perfect answer. My peak the hill you would die on, and where you're going to edge your bets. Yeah, right. Like there's no like super correct answer. Only 1 heal stats things. Yeah, it's not super helpful. Maybe for Chaotic they should have some energy limits of some kind. Maybe you should like have high energy set. I don't think it's also a problem that's like easily fixable. It's just like inherent to the game. And like again, I don't think it's like I wouldn't call it like a problem. It's more of like a pain point that some people aren't gonna like. Some people are gonna love that it's just like win the early music counter war, right, and then just kind of play out the game. Some people are going to love that, but other people are not gonna like it so much. Half the reason I went for Crossectus, but Loma's reduced first damage by 10 abilities cracked when she has water 5. Yeah, right. Like she's awesome as a defender. I do think Crossectus, at least for the old deck, Crossectus was definitely the biggest threat on the board. That was my main damage dealer, for sure. But Loma's my good defender. I think that was the super correct play. Loma only has 40 base energy. That's how it balances out a little. Yeah, I agree. So she basically has like an effective 50. But I also have heal 45 if I want to. But yeah, like there's stuff you can do. It's one of those things where it's like what's a good example? I mean, there's any example you can think of, but it's like I wouldn't say like Chaotic is bad. It just has a play pattern that I don't find extremely fun. Remember she had 50 in our game because of her gear, which is correct for her. Yeah. Oh yeah, I do have her with some gear, so she's a little fatter. She's tanky. And I mean, like Chaotic's gonna be one of those games for me where it's like I'm gonna have a lot of fun building decks. A lot of Chaotic is gonna kind of feel like you spend all your fun in the lab building the deck, and it's really cool, and then you take it to locals and then just kind of like see what it does, right? And sometimes you're like, oh, well, that didn't work, and other times you're like, it went off flawlessly. But it's almost like more so playing an auto battler, which I think is fun, but not something I would want to do for like long periods of time. You know what I mean? I could never be like, all right, guy, today we're streaming 4 hours of Chaotic ranked. I think I'd lose my mind. Or not lose my mind. I think I would just be really bored, right? Or I'd just go, oh, I drew, click that attack. I think Chaotic will fare in the saturated card game market. Okay, here's the thing. I think Chaotic has one of the better chances out of any of the games because it is so unique. But it doesn't have a random other properties IP to kind of coast off of, but at the same time, it is a very fun, like, nostalgia game that a lot of people are going to be, like, excited to come back to. You know what I mean? So it's one where it's hard to kind of judge how popular it's going to be. It could really go either way. I think it has, but I would my final point would be that I think it has a solid chance. I think it has more of a chance than a lot of other things that could get made. Wonder if they're going to bring back the computer codes. They better. I think they definitely are. I think they definitely are going to. I hope they do. Yeah, you see, I love building in the lab, but I don't think I could play it. Yeah, right. It's like, it's really fun to build a deck in the lab and then take it to locals and see what happens. But I could never just like get reps of Chaotic over and over again. I would be very bored very fast. It's almost like playing Pokemon. It's like how Gem Unlocking or G-Power boost ability cards are actually really boring. Yeah, pretty much. Also, Chaotic comes with a built-in community to survive this long. Yeah, right? Like, it already has the community ready to support the game. It has a bunch of people that are like, if Chaotic ever came back, I would drop my game and play it instead. Like, I think it is starting off with a good base, for sure. So I think it has a solid chance. I think it has a pretty strong chance. I would be in the corner of it surviving. So you got time for another game, no pressure. Yeah, I can play another one. Are we already friends? I don't know if we are. Have any requests, though. Send me your friend request. I'll play one more. I'll do the thing. I'll try not to hard throw it this time. But I can do one more. Oh, do I have to like ready? There we go. All right, there we go. I'm ready. Now we're chilling. Now we're cooking. Let's go, gamers. Sounds like a nightmare. I tried a little bit of grinding and ranked to get whoop. When switching co master that, scanning locks here are my 2 goals. I think that's fair. I think Chaotic is a really fun game to play if you have goals in mind. Oh, I still have him in the back. Whoops, I forgot. You winning, Bacon? No! I'm getting blown up. I'm getting blown, but I'm also like misplaying a lot, so it's, you know, it's on me. It's really on me. We can intercept. Ooh, yeah, they're definitely keeping the scans. That's for sure. They're definitely keeping the scans. All right, let's see if we can out a normally statted Victar. Glad I took a lot of the challenge cards out of the deck. All right, let's see. So we can start with just the lose water, gain water. Does it make sense to just give her Earth? Earth is a courage stat check. So as of now, we can just try to get it through our attacks. So I would say we just throw our cards before we spend any music. The one thing I will say is you should, I know we've been saying, like, you should spam your music. You should always hold your music until you are forced, it did 5. You should always hold your music until you are forced to spend it. Oh wait, no, I'm reading things wrong. Maybe not. Hold your music until you're forced to spend it, but as soon as you are forced to spend it, then use it. Did I already misplay? I think I already did because I was talking immediately. Regain? Did I not? Oh, wait, did I do what I think I did? Oh, I dropped this without gaining water. I saw the good card and immediately played it. Yeah, chat, we threw it. We botched it. We botched it already. Out the gate. We botched it out the gate because I'm not paying attention. Okay. Should I pay attention? I don't know. It might already be too late. It might already be too late to pay attention. Okay, so this is a courage. It's winning the courage. It's gonna be 20. Do we even? I mean, I don't know. This has been so bad. I mean, I guess. Shoot. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't even realize it was happening until then. Chat, I can't stream Chaotic. I have to not do this. Oh, man. Dude, I would love some concentration because I cannot do it. Art. Is it even? That's the other thing with Chaotic is like, all right, well, we've completely fumbled. No, I can't sack it because that has a bunch of music counters on it. We only get 2 musics after this. Never mind. No, we do this. We do spend this. We go boom bop. And we should be alive. Well, I mean, I lied. I told you I wasn't going to misplay. I lied. I'm a big fat liar. Okay, lose the courage to go into the rest toxic and then try not to die. Let's say 28. Stupid weird numbers. It does say 28. Chat, I think we're cooked. Get a second game with you. I need to shower and get ready to sleep. Good night. Have a good night. Have a very, very good night. Please and thank you. Let's go. I'd like to keep the wisdom stat. Do I really want to keep the wisdom stat? Not really. This is so chopped. Messed up already. Oh, chat, we're cooked. Chat, we're still cooked. Because we're not winning the challenge, so that doesn't deal enough damage. So that'll force something. Do we spend... We don't need an actual challenge for that. I think we pop the gear now. But still wouldn't win a challenge? Wait. No, it does get 15, so it would win a challenge. So let's not. Let's Vidov. Yeah, so let's go with Dov and then try to snipe late. Think that's the play? Oh well. Oh well. We're just 50 less. I think we save that. We just do this because we have water 5. This is 15. Threatens lethal, forces a response. And then we go from there. Watch it be the stupid heal 20 music. I want that music. That's what I need. I only have heal 15. I want the heal 20 music. That would be putting us in a much better position. Why am I sitting here with priority? Chat, it's one of those Mondays. Chat, let me tell you. Oh, I didn't even tell that story. Chat, remember, well, the reason when I started this stream, I said, who else is having a bad Monday? You ever have a Monday where you wake up and you're just completely discombobulated? Like, you just don't function like normal? Is this just a me thing? I don't know why. It'll happen on random Mondays. But, like, I don't know. Like, can y'all just, like, wake up and then just, like, zombie, like, just go through, like, your normal routine? Like, you just, like, go through your routine without even thinking about it? Oh, wait. Why did I pass that? I didn't mean to pass that. Where you can just kind of, like, muscle memory blank through your early morning routine. Sometimes I wake up on a Monday and I just lose that ability. And I just can't, like, it's like, don't see properly other nights, or have to get up early. Yeah, right? But, like, none of that happened today. I woke up at a normal time. I went to bed at a normal time. I just woke up, and all of a sudden, I had to, like, I couldn't, like, autopilot through my day. I had to, like, very, like, consciously think about everything I was doing. It was really weird. Okay. We're gonna do this now, because I meant to stack this last turn. And I just, like, didn't. Yeah, that's how my day is gone. Is I've, like, not been able to, like, I've lost the ability to autopilot, so every time I attempt to do it, it, like, doesn't go right. So this sucks. I think, do we trade? If this resolves, do we trade? Well, I'm losing the music counter no matter what. Or no, I'm not losing the music counter. I don't know if we trade. I think we do. Is it worth the trade? What do I have to deal with? Oh. Wait. Am I missing something? Oh, no, I do win in priority. Okay. Well, all right. To that every day? Okay, that was maybe a little different. That's maybe really different. If you do that every day, can you really lose something you never had? Danian stuff, okay. I'll target Battle Gear face up or face down, okay. And then support Courage Man. Well, I keep forgetting to put my good stuff in the front, because I'm really good at that. Let's go. Let's both have 2 music counters on. Why? Listen to Rizusi. Well, Courage is 0. Courage is 50 or less. Courage is 60. So don't do anything. Air, earth attack, steel, additional 5 damage. When a water attack is played, the attack control. So I'd like one. Oh wait, this is mine. Wait, will this proc? Will I get a location if I do this? Forced to life. Beat in combat, the engaged creature with the highest power gains 500. Okay, that didn't do anything. Oh, and another one. Thank you, game. That's really what I wanted. We're just gonna get Earth now. I think it's you? Get Earth. Get Earth to turn our cards on. There we go. And then try to slam for 10, because we might be able to clear this later if we can draw the river whatever thingy. Or I don't know. Sure. It's not what we wanted. That's not what we wanted. It's 10 damage. Sure. I guess. We've been streaming for 3 hours. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a good like typical time that I'm aiming for. Alright, well. Gains Earth. I have no way to lose her. Wow, that sucks. I mean, do we just do this to hit for 10 to start push? Or no, we have to hit for 5 eventually no matter what. So let's save the Earth thing to give something else Earth. Throw the balls. Go to 10, and then next turn we can force a response. I think we're in trouble. Oh, that's really not good. Well, alright. That plan's not working. That plan's not working. Chaotic's also one of those games that's very like I don't want to what am I looking for? Not antithetical to Magic, but like there's a lot of things in Chaotic where like you'll see like your opponent will put an attack on the table and you're like, oh, that's bad for me. And it's not like in Magic where you go like, oh, okay, I need to format like my game plan to play around this thing. You just look at the card and go, uh-oh, with like not much you can like do about it, you know? So that's gonna happen a lot where you're just like, no, fart. It's like when you're playing Vanguard and your phone like flips a crit and you're just like, oh, well, I mean, I don't have an extra 10k in my hand. I just die, you know? There's no like reformatting of the game plan. You just go, oh, that's a big card. Welp, you know? So that can be tough. That'll get you sometimes. Wow, that gets bad. I mean, I can gain Earth. Okay, you're gonna lose water. I mean, let's do it before we get rivered. Before we lose our courage. Balls. Oh my gosh, what is on our deck? Is all this bad stuff, dude. Okay. And then sometimes you just get turns like this, where you're just like bad card, bad card, bad card in a row, and you're like, oh, okay. Magic attacking is kind of weak. And Magic attacking is kind of weak? What? Oh, like, yeah, just straight up swinging. Okay, Riptide for lethal. I mean, we can't win this. All I can do is force counters. I think we're cooked. I can heal for 15, and then they heal for 10. Is water 5? Oh. Oh, he does have water 5. I keep forgetting about Battle Gear. Yeah, never mind. I keep forgetting Battle Gear is a thing. Because it's tucked under. And doesn't show up when you like... Well, it does, but it's like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. My eyes don't work. I don't know. I think we're kind of washed. I guess? I don't know. That does some damage. We're winning by 17, so yeah, we're fine there. Fine Strike. So theoretically, oh wait, why did I do that? Oh my gosh, why did I do that? I should know what Loma does. Why? Oh wait, I also don't want to do that. That's the wrong. Wanted to hit the Spirit Gust, not the mud. That's a waste of a mud, guys. I'm so gone. I'm so lost. I can't, dude. Today has been so bad. Why did I mean, I shouldn't say why did I stream Chaotic today. It was on the schedule. I don't have a choice. Today was a bad day to do this, though. I could barely function at work. I think I'm gonna function playing card games. Am I a moron? No, chat, it's washed. I could like barely drive today. Like I was out of it. I might have gotten cursed or poisoned. I don't know. But like my brain, I don't know what happened today. It doesn't work. My brain doesn't work. I can yap. I can absolutely yap, but I cannot like retain information or like think, or no, not think. I can think, but I can't like. Someone has cut off the connection between my eyeballs and like the information processor in my brain, if that makes sense. Like, I can see and comprehend, but I cannot utilize that in, this is so bad, info within my brain. Typical MTG player, I guess. Like, actually that is typical MTG player, where like I'll pick up a card and I'll be like, oh, it has flying. And then like go to my turn and be like, all right, I attack you with my flyer. Or you have no flyers, right? It's swaying and be like, wait, no, that has flying. I read that 2 seconds ago. Like, I can't. I've lost double mind strike, and then sometimes this happens. I've lost my ability to like retain information. So this fight's already washed. Let's just get this out of my hand. I've completely lost the ability to like internalize any sort of information and like utilize it in any way, shape, or form. This is bad. I can feel the gears not turning. Or apparently even just play on like Recode or something else. Managing attack cards is usually the most important parts of Chaotic, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. And then that's the other thing about Chaotic that's like another reason why it's very bad for me to play right now is once you like whiff that early fight, like once you've spent your music, it's almost impossible to like come back from that. There's not like a play you can make that like gets you back in the game. So it's like even if I do like play super optimally here, I just lose. There's no way I'm beating through 5 dudes with just the cross actus. It's possible. No, it's not possible because I'm out of my good guys. Like once you get out of your good stuff, you're just dead. I don't even know. I can't even like have you ever done this, chat, where like your mouth says words and then like your brain hears the words and you just think to yourself, why did I say that? Didn't make any sense. Like if I was if I was someone else hearing me speak, I would be like, what is wrong with you? Nothing you have said has been coherent in the past 45 minutes. I need to stop playing Chaotic, dude. I need to do anything else. I need to do anything else. I don't think I've made one like correctly informed decision in the past 2 hours. I think every button I've clicked has been wrong in some way, shape, or form. I don't think I've made a smart choice in the past forever. Let me get my reward. What do we get? Who sent me a friend request? I'll accept that. Dehydration? Oh, is that what it is? It might be that. Yeah, no problem. I'll anytime. Well, maybe not anytime. I don't really like Chaotic. It's okay. Chaotic's fine. Oh, maybe it is dehydration. I don't know. I can't like I can't. Oh, Skeletal Steed. This card's broken. Wait, broken gear. Heck yeah. Let's port to Param. Luckily, I do have water right here. I just haven't been drinking it. Luck, I'm getting the mission now. Thank you. I want the mission. Give me an interest. Give me interest. Whether this code's going to be in the rival or not, I don't know. I'm not making the game. Maybe. Maybe. But I don't know. Danian, man. That's not good for us. Let's see if I can actually scan this. Hey! Money. What we got? Oh. Not very good. Very good. All right, now we wait 6 hours. Now we wait 6 hours. All right. Chat, I need to do something, chat, that doesn't require me to have to use my critical thinking ability I need something I can do just off of pure and utter reflex. And that's talking about card games. Let's look at Primal. So guys, I know what time is it actually? 3:30. Maybe we don't talk about Primal. Maybe I just end the stream and like go to bed or something. There's this game called Primal. It's a spiritual successor and low-key revival of the Naruto TCG. It's okay. I wonder if they've improved it at all. It came out. It technically like came out forever ago, but I guess there's new stuff. Any improvements? Actually, let's just go to the big cam. Let's just go to the big cam. Don't worry about Primal. It's a nothing burger. I fix the bugs, but like also I don't really care what they do to Portal to Param because it's shutting down once the actual game comes out. So I am in no way concerned with the longevity of Portal to Param. Like the guy stopped updating it, and it's shutting down when the game comes out. So like, no, you know, not really. Just play the game when it comes out. He'll pick up the game after he open sources it. Could be chill. That could be hype. Seeing the 1v1 3v3 formats could be helpful. I think my thing with chaotic, it could also be my brain isn't working right now, but this even happened a couple of streams ago. Oh, transfer data. Yeah, baby. Chaotic does the thing to my brain that playing Magic in high school did, where when I first started playing Magic in high school, what would always happen is I would we'd play Magic. I'd play the first 5 turns. It'd be a lot of fun. I'd be super into it, and then I'd get bored. I would get bored midway through the game, and I would just stop paying attention, and I would just start thinking about other things, and then just like go through the motions of putting my cards on the table, and I'd lose. I'd lose every game. But I would literally get bored halfway through the game and stop paying attention. And I think low-key, that's what happens to me in Chaotic. I think Chaotic, I build the deck, I go scan my cards, I get cool things, I build the cool deck, and I'm like, that was fun. And then it's like, do you want to play a game? And I'm like, I actually don't really want to play with my cards. I kind of just want to have them. But then I'll play a game, and I'll be like, oh, this is fun. And then I'll just kind of, my mind just wanders. It just wanders. I don't think that's the problem, though. Because I've realized the reason this happens isn't a problem with length. It is purely a problem of like me being invested in the game. Because now I don't have that problem with Magic anymore. 10v10, okay. I no longer have that problem with Magic the Gathering because now I'm very invested in every single turn of the game. I think it's one of those things of like, how do I describe it? It's not that Chaotic is too long of a game. It's just that it doesn't hold my attention for long enough. Where like, I guess maybe like it's like the gameplay is so repetitive that my mind just starts to wander. Like I get disinterested in the game midway through because my brain isn't like satiated by I draw attack card, I pick attack card, I play attack card. After like the 5th rotation of doing that, I just start thinking about other things. I'm literally Andy Dwyer in that deleted scene clip of Parks and Rec where Leslie Knope's trying to tell him about the pictures on the wall. Let me pull that up. No one's gonna know what I'm talking about. Let me explain to you what my brain does when I play Chaotic, and also like I would do this when I first got into Magic. But I don't have this problem anymore. Every time I play Magic, I'm very invested in every single turn of the game, and I really enjoy it. Same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. Same thing with Vanguard. Scattered, basically, yeah. Would it be bloopers? Let's see. That's the light switch. Nope. Nope. There you go. It's not quite that the game isn't complex enough. It's just like it doesn't hold my attention. And like I'm saying this all not as like chaotic is bad because blank. It's like it's a completely like me thing of like it just doesn't grab my brain in the way that other games do. Right? That might not make sense to everybody. Too linear. Yeah, right. It's like it's too the game actions I'm taking are too repetitive and similar where my brain just goes, "Oh, we can just autopilot this," and goes and thinks about other things. Right? Where my brain is like, "Yeah, we got this." And actually, no, we don't got this. We constantly make mistakes and play the wrong cards, but my brain thinks that it's like, "Oh, I can just loop this forever. We're fine." It's not for you. Yeah, it's my only experience. I played it in paper. Actually, playing it, maybe that's also the thing, too. I can't play card games online. If I don't have cardboard in my hand, I literally start tweaking. But I played it, and when I played it in Starter Decks in paper, it was very fun. I had a blast with it. I really enjoyed it. I don't think he doesn't have enough individual inputs during the turn to warrant focus. Yeah, right. It's like, I don't know. I think with like when I play games like Magic, I'm constantly thinking about the game while I'm playing it. And like I love playing paper. Chaotic doesn't really warrant quite the same amount of thinking during the gameplay, if that makes sense. Like it's like Pokemon where it's like too easy to zone out. Like Magic, I don't even like feel I get the opportunity to zone out because I'm constantly thinking about what I want to do next. Maybe that's what it is. That might be what it is. Like Yu-Gi-Oh is a game where I'm like, I would argue for me, Advanced is too complex. I actually can't play Advanced. It's too complex for me. It's like information overload. I think about too much. I think with Magic, the reason it holds my attention is because while my opponent's taking their turn, I'm constantly thinking about what I'm gonna do next turn. And the kind of lines I want to take. Chaotic, you don't really get to think about what you're going to do next turn because it's all contingent upon what attack you draw. And once you draw the attack, then you make the decision. Right? So even though there's no real downtime of your opponent's turn because it's them picking an action card, the repetitive cycle of I see card and then I pick card to play card, I don't really have any time to think, okay, what's the plan after this, right? What's the game plan? The game plan is put my best guy into the guy I have good fight against and then hope I see good attack card to go bam, you know? There's not like I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But like I'm not seeing where a lot of the forethought goes in like planning for like the next turn. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, that's totally fair. I'm not gonna like Yu-Gi-Oh's not a bad game. It's just like a little too much for my brain because I think about a little too many things and then get blown out. That's besides the point. I think the reason Magic holds my attention so much is that I'm constantly thinking about the play I'm going to make next turn and how I'm going to respond to what my opponent is doing. In Chaotic, you don't really get to respond to what your opponent's doing. They just kind of like do it and it happens to you and you just go, hope I have a bigger attack, right? Or if they play a music, you're like, do I have the counter music? If not, oh well, you know, it's a lot of like, because again, it's a lot of just executing a pre-planned game plan. So when things happen to you, you don't have a lot of room to like pivot a strategy. It just kind of happens. And if you have a way to like, if you like pre-planned for, so I think like metagaming and Chaotic is going to be really fun because you go into it with like pre-planned counters to specific things. So I think that can be really interesting, but just playing like a raw Chaotic deck into a blind thing is like things just gonna happen. And I think that's fine. It just doesn't like tickle my brain in the way that I want it to, or things. It's just like things happen. Yu-Gi-Oh gameplay and crash the fire monster and obliterate my opponent's board damage step where I can respond. Mana. Viking, cool. Viking's really cool. Did I turn my audio on? Yeah. But basically, this is what happens every time I play Chaotic. Every time I play Chaotic, it's straight up this scene.
Wait, you don't know what evidence?
Right on. Yes, hit me.
Next to my desk is a picture of a female politician, Bella Abzug.
Is that scary face, funny hat, gap tooth, or Bill Clinton's wife?
Funny hat.
Funny hat.
On the back of it is a key taped to it, and then that opens my bottom drawer in my desk. Get.
Every single time this happens.
What's happening?
And you can literally watch me do it live on stream. Because I'll be playing the game, and then I'm like, all right, I'm bored. I'm going to read chat. Ooh, chat's saying something much more interesting than the game. I want to talk about this. And I start talking to chat and go, oh, wait, I have a game I have to play. A button. All right, back to chat. What's chat saying? Oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. Oh, shoot, I misplayed, you know? I do that all the time. I think, yeah, it's a game. Especially, maybe I shouldn't even, like, say, like, Chaotic doesn't hold my attention very well. Chaotic really doesn't hold my attention when there is, like, engaging chat going on, right? When chat's asking, like, really cool, interesting questions that, like, I really want to answer, it's impossible to pay attention to Chaotic, right? I think that's the other thing, too, is Chaotic doesn't, like, hold a high priority slot in my brain. It's like if I'm given the option of answer card game question or take a Chaotic turn, my brain is always going to lean toward answer game question, and it's going to secondary take Chaotic turn. So that's where a lot of my just not paying attention comes from. So that's probably also like a piece of the puzzle. I don't necessarily think it's a lack of quick effects because playing Digimon I maintained focus even during the times where I don't have. No, that's not like it's not like game is boring because I can't play during my opponent's turn. I never believed that argument. I think the reason games are boring is because there is nothing for you to think about during your opponent's turn. That's when games get really boring. When the game is watch your opponent take. So a good example is Vanguard. A lot of Vanguard is you take your turn, you pass, and then you can basically just go on your phone until your opponent says battle phase and starts giving you numbers. Because no action they take on their turn matters in any way whatsoever. So you can just kind of blank during your opponent's turn with zero consequences. But I think that is where the lack of interaction can become, like, low-key a problem. But other than that, I think it's fine. As long as there's enough for you to, like, think about during your opponent's turn, like the plan for your next turn, then it's not a problem. But, oh well, it is what it is. All right, chat, we have been streaming for almost 4 hours on this excellent Monday. I got work in the morning. I got other stuff to do tonight, maybe some video games to play. I don't know yet. We're still thinking about it. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for coming out to this lovely, lovely stream. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And be sure to join us back tomorrow where we talk about some standard battle experience. I don't have to play any card games that require my thinking. I can just do what I do best, which is just run my mouth. So yeah, hopefully see you here tomorrow. Also we'll have reveal review. We're going to be talking about the new Vanguard Buddy Fight collab decks, seeing what that's all about. But yeah, thanks for all the tips. No problem. Anytime. That's what I do best. Play Chaotic. I suck at that. Talk about card games. I'm great at that. That is my strength. 3 hours and 40 minutes. Yes, sir. W stream. All right. I am going to leave now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to catch the stream tomorrow and the stream Thursday, where we're going to be talking about Bandai's new card game. Will that be the card game that saves us and becomes the channel's new hyper-focus, or will it be some stupid new IP sludge that makes me really, really sad? Stay tuned to find out. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye! Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Good